Alright, so last time we played Final Scene, we were... And let me know how the volume is, if it's too loud or if I'm too loud. Been adjusting it and trying to play with it lately. But last time we were here, we were at the Royal Palladium Theater. Our friend Maya was with us. She was going to do an interview of one of the main actors, Brady Anderson. And she went into the dressing room to go do the interview, and then we heard a scream and she got kidnapped. And we have not been able to find her since. So we're exploring the Royal Palladium, which is the theater that we see here. Got a couple characters. Like I mentioned, Brady Anderson, who is like the star of the play that was supposed to be happening tonight, but his agent, I believe her name is Simone, I don't have it written down. But his agent has decided to cancel the show and kind of maybe use this as publicity. There is some drama about the theater being torn down, and this is going to be one of the last shows in it. So we've got Joe, who's the caretaker of the theater, and then we've got Nick, who is part of an, I guess, like activist group trying to save the theater. So, all right, I'm trying to remember everything that happened last week. Hopefully you guys can help me out. This is our, God, slightly creepy theater. I can't remember. Is this a light bulb? Is that what we decided that this is? I've got some kind of cog. I've got this, which I thought goes on the balcony, but maybe does not. We did have the death balcony. We did die on that. We've got a quarter. We've got our, like, I don't know what's a flash ring. It's like, I think it, like, releases, like, a flash of smoke. We used our wand with bubblegum at the end, and we have a slide for the projector. So, we were also supposed to be getting... Maybe we did get? No, we didn't. Blueprints for the theater. We were trying to get some old blueprints from, was it the county something office? And I think the blueprints were missing, if I remember correctly. I should have watched last week's video back before I jumped into this, but that's okay. We're still on day 1. Let's see. All right. I'm going to see who there is to talk to here. Because, okay, Nick is usually standing here, but he's gone. Let's see if we can go upstairs. I can't remember if we talked to Joseph after we talked to the county office about the fact that there were no blueprints anywhere.
Hey there, Nancy.
Nope. Okay. Nothing.
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
Nothing from him. Okay. All right. We can go back down, check the dressing rooms. I believe her name is Simone. She should be in the ladies' dressing room. And then Brady should be in the other one. So we're going to zoom down some hallways. Zoom. Zoom, zoom. It sounds like they're playing circus music in the background. And I really don't care for circus music. It really creeps me out. Is there a Nancy Drew circus game? I don't like the idea of that.
Need any help?
Ugh.
Talk to you later.
Brady's got
Cool
nothing.
beans.
Alright, we're gonna run around and talk to everybody. If I can't remember what to do, I'm gonna call Ned or Bess, and hopefully one of those fine people can help me out.
On your stage name, I'm thinking Samantha Quick. You love it, right?
What?
I think your phone's about to ring. Ciao.
Samantha Quick. Has she seen me zooming up and down the hallways? Is that what it is? I have been zooming around. Also, after we played this game and we saw that creepy, like, magician cabinet thing in the basement, I 100% went to a gas station, and I don't know if this will actually appear. I went to the gas station, and I went down, like, the hallway to the bathroom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this guy, Zoltar the Magnificent, was in the hallway on the way to the bathroom, and it was incredibly creepy after having played this game last weekend. Alright. So, Nick's not here. The other two have nothing to say. Let's call Ned/Bess and see what's going on, because I can't remember. 23 Skidoo Drew, how are you? Ugh. Do they want me to dial 1523 555? How are you? How are you? I'm so excited to be playing this game again, and I'm excited to hopefully finish it this time, because I don't like leaving these games undone.
Hey, Nancy. How's the case coming along?
I'm trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
You've got to get into that secret panel in the basement. You'll need a flush. You know, 5 of the same suit.
What?
Once you do that, you'll have it made in the spade. I mean, shade.
Secret panel. Oh, the secret panel in the basement. I had 100% forgotten that. Got some yummy food. I'm gonna watch some Nancy Drew. What kind of yummy food do you have? I just ate some boneless barbecue wings, and they were delicious. Game volume's a little bit quiet. Okay. As soon as I make this phone call, I will adjust it.
It's me again.
Hi, Nancy. I've got George here, too. Bess filled me in, Nancy. Any developments?
I'm just searching the theater, questioning suspects.
And...
Okay, hang on just a second, because I have to, like, Alt-tab out of this. It's gonna move the other screen over. It hates me for some reason whenever it does this. I've got to figure out how to make that not happen, but... Homemade burgers. Alright. Turn the volume up a little bit. Tell me how this is.
I took Joseph's advice and called county administration to see about the blueprints for the theater.
he sounds like a big help.
Yes, but the woman on the phone said that the blueprints are missing.
Official records? Missing?
She said that a man was in last week looking at them, but they haven't been seen since.
The kidnapper? Or a certain smoldering sidekick?
Well, whoever it was, they must have taken the blueprints with
Good.
them. How on earth am I going to find all the secret rooms and passages in this place now?
I'm not worried, Nancy. Me neither. You could probably find a secret passage in a paper bag. Are you kidding, George? Nancy could find a secret passage in a blueberry muffin.
You know, if we're being real, searching a blueberry muffin would not be hard. Searching an entire theater, slightly harder.
Brady said Simone wants him to appear wholesomely smoldering to his public. What in the world do you think that means?
Well, wholesome makes me think of apple pie. And to smolder, according to my trusty dictionary, is to burn slowly from the inside, without flame. So, he's a sweetie pie on the outside, but too hot to touch. Oh. Did you have to bring this up with Bess here, Nancy?
It seems like the two things don't go together. One is safe, the other is dangerous.
Interesting. Maybe that's Brady's whole dilemma. He doesn't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. Which is exactly
I love
why
Bess.
he can't be trusted.
I met Nicholas Falcone, the leader of Hadit. His organization is camped out in front of the theater, demonstrating against the demolition.
What's the deal with Hadit?
Nicholas says he's sworn to slay the dragon of corporate Generica.
All in favor of men who slay dragons. Say aye. Honestly, Bess, what are we going to do with you? Nancy, what in the world is Generica?
I think it's a term for what this country would be like if suddenly it all looked the same.
Oh, you mean if it became generic? Like a bar of soap that's just called soap.
Right. Hadit believes that protecting historical buildings is key to preserving our national character.
That sounds noble.
Yeah, except he practically jumped for joy when I told him the kidnapper's motive is to save the theater.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you better keep an eye on him, Nancy.
Nicholas told me that his grandmother did a lot of the artwork inside the theater, but that J.J. Thompson, the original owner, never paid her or even gave her credit for it.
That's terrible. I can see why he's so dedicated to saving the theater, then.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about this J.J. Thompson.
Maybe you can help Nicholas get his grandmother the credit she deserved.
I told him I'd keep my eye out for anything that would prove her connection to this place.
I wonder if JJ left any of his personal effects behind.
If he did, I'm sure they're gone now. His kids must have cleared the place out when they remodeled in 1956, a few years after he died. That's when it became a movie theater.
You never know, Nancy. If
there's one thing your detective work proves every time, it's that old buildings are the keepers of old secrets.
Let's just hope this building lives long enough to tell.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Watch out for weird people!
And don't let the turkeys get you down, guys. That's the one thing I do remember from last week's stream. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Can't talk to Nick. There's really, I don't know if we can really talk to Brady about being smoldering or whatever. Let's see. I don't know that Simone will have anything to say. And we did just check with everybody right before we called. I can't remember if that unlocks dialogue, if I talk to Bess and George or not. We can go back down in the basement. Because I don't remember what that puzzle down there looked like. Oh, I should not take a week between these episodes. I don't know, am I supposed to make them all something? He made the comment about royal flush and spades, so I have to make them all spades? Alright, that changes those two. That changes those two. That one. Oh, that changes all three. Oh, that one's by itself, so that one goes last. The only one that changes this one is that one, so this will be next to last. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Oh! I didn't mean to solve that! I solved that by surprise. I was just like clicking around. Okay, I was trying to figure it out. I didn't realize that. Oops. Is this oh no, it's not a slidey one. Okay. All right. Oh, these turn. Okay. Where is? Here's the rest of this lady's face. Oh. Where does this hair go? I need other hair. Is that this hair? There we go. Okay. So this one will go... It's so hard to talk and do puzzles at the same time. Let's see. So that one will go there. But that one's got to get rotated. Wait, do I have that right? That doesn't look right. No. This has to go... somewhere over here. Haha! Okay. So that means maybe... this one? Nope. Okay. Alright. This one, does this just rotate? Okay. Oh, that's much better. Alright, we're getting there. Let's see. Got other blue pieces. This, I think those are backwards. Nope. That one goes there, but this one looks like it goes here. Okay. So that. Hey. Okay.
It looks like the gears are missing.
Well, by golly, I've got two things that look like gears. That's why it didn't go in the balcony. I guess that thing on the balcony, because it was missing, it was probably just to let me know that it was, like, not there and had fallen over the death ledge. Dark chocolate gelato. Oh, God, that all sounds super good. Alright. Key and paper. Woo! Dear Mr. Houdini, congratulations on your latest unbelievable feat. Never have I seen a crowd at the Royal Palladium so enthralled by a performer. Stupendous. Honestly, I was assured that the watery grave was inescapable, even for a master such as yourself. Really, if I had any notion of risking my money, I might not have offered so grandiose a reward. After all, what man is made of money? Isn't that right, Mr. Houdini? My point is, well, I must admit that my cash flow is a little tight at the moment. More specifically, I do not have $50,000 available to give you at this time. The theater is young, but bound for glory, I'm sure you'll agree, and my bank account is still recovering from the building expenses. I'm sure you understand, sir. Aha! Alright, however, this letter is an announcement of a golden opportunity, Mr. Houdini, not one of gloomy regret. In lieu of cash, and in accordance with my lawyer's counsel, I am prepared to offer you a reward far more valuable than cash. I would like to make you my business partner by transferring 50% ownership... What are my cats doing? What are you doing? Okay. I would like to make you my business partner by transferring 50% ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater into your name. Just think of it. Together we can make the Royal Palladium the foremost venue in the world for magic. Stupendous. He really likes the word stupendous. Certainly a man as brilliant and worldly as yourself will recognize that this is an irresistible offer and realize that there is no need to squabble over the petty details of your reward or invite the press to make a mountain out of a molehill in this affair. Please sign below and return this document to me if you agree to proceed with the transfer of 50% ownership of the theater into your name. In doing so, you will also be agreeing not to sue me or publicly defame my name. A detailed contract will follow. Stupendous! I am looking forward to a mutually rewarding relationship with you, Mr. Houdini. J.J. Thompson. And he did sign it. Interesting. So Harry Houdini owns half this half of this theater. I almost said hotel. All right, we can't like take that with us or something? There's nothing more I can click on here. Oh, she's got a toy. That's what she's playing with. It's like, I keep hearing her like nails on the carpet. It's like, what is she doing? What you doing, Goose? Yeah? Alright. I don't know. I guess that means they can't tear it. I don't know. Would they have to have Houdini's permission to tear it down or his relative's permission? Oh, I was like, how do I get out of here? Nope. And I can't take it with me. Okay, that's all there is to see, I think. Okay, well at least I know it's down here. And I'll just leave it in that box that's open that hopefully no one can steal it from. Where? Just making sure there's like nothing else down here except for Creepy McCreeperson. Does that turn me this way? I don't think I've ever seen this. Whoops. All the music, all the drama, all the laughs. Witness the wondrous spectacle that has all New York abuzz. Oh, he's still broken.
This magician needs some first aid.
Okay. Gross. Alright, so... Right, it does look secret passagey. It 100% looks secret passagey. What is she doing? But I can't... Or maybe over here. I bet if this place was partially owned by Harry Houdini, I feel like it has like 1,000 secret passages everywhere in it. can't. What is the? I know there's a puzzle on the back of this door too. Ooh. Wait a second. Nothing going on here. No pixel hunts afoot. All right. Let me see if I can navigate to the door. Automatically lock if it closes. No, I wanted to see what was on the back of the door. Is there like a number lock that I'm gonna need? I can't tell. Okay. Hopefully we'll figure that out by the time we come down here and somebody locks us in. And I'm always really scared that trapdoor is not gonna open. Alright, so... where have we seen a keyhole? I wonder if... nope, not there. There was this, but I think it's, yeah, just jammed. It doesn't have a key. We always have to do pixel hunts. Yeah, thank you, Stay Tuned for Danger. You've ruined us forever. Yeah, Nancy hasn't tried, like, closing it either. Oh, wait.
It's locked. It's locked.
But I have a key. Nancy, I've got the key. Hey, key. Oh, that was the only... no. No. You have
Need
anything
any
to
help?
say? Oh.
Why are you so interested in helping me?
Well, Maya was kidnapped from my dressing room after all. I just can't help thinking maybe they meant to kidnap me.
And they somehow got confused between you and Maya?
Talk to you later, Brady.
Don't be a stranger.
Somehow I don't see that happening. Alright. Secret tunnel is over here. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! We still haven't been able to get up there or anything. Was there anything locked in the women's dressing room? Yeah, I don't remember either.
How about Fancy Jackson? It's a little disco, but I think you could pull it off.
Fancy Jackson.
I think your phone's about to ring.
I don't know how I
Ciao.
feel about that name. Yeah, are you singing with me, Bug? Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. How about you get in bed? Where you're supposed to be. Nope, or down on the floor. Or one of the two. There we go. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so secret tunnel is through here. I really don't remember seeing anything in here that would have been alternative secret passagey. I think we searched this last time. Kay loves tea. The snake was here. Yeah. Yeah, that just takes me back to the dressing room again. What was over here? Nothing? Still nothing in the sink? I don't know why it lets me look at that. I hope something happens with that. Nothing in the drawers. Oh, kitty cat. I feel like your hair is everywhere. And then everybody say hi to the moose next door. Best play ever. Alright, did I ever look at this door? Nope. Nope. And then think this is just another door that leads to outside the theater. Okay, we read the things on the walls, and I think that just kind of told us more about the history of everything. Have I investigated this at all? Can I investigate this? It appears not. I haven't been able to get to any of those doors. There's still this machine that doesn't work. That I thought they said is used to make keys. I don't even know what key I would make. Oh, that scared me. That happened last weekend. I don't like it when they get me twice. I'd forgotten about it. Okay. We're not supposed to touch the projector. He gets all mad.
Dear. It's a temperamental old beast.
Brady, why? Why do you scare me this way? I can't remember what I got over there. Was it the slide? I think I got something here already. Oh, this is how to work the projector, which we aren't even allowed to touch yet. This is where we got this thing. Which, again, light bulb? But I haven't seen anything that looks like it. Also, I haven't super duper been searching. Okay, nothing there. Alright. Just gonna search over here real quick, and then if nothing, I will talk to Joseph. Okay.
Hi, Nancy.
Nope. Okay, he's got nothing to say.
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
Son of a gun! Nick's not here. Brady and Simone have nothing to say. I've got a key and I don't know where it goes. That's it, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna jump off the balcony. No. But I'm gonna save it. Alright. Alright. So... there's nothing up here. There's nothing, like, locked up here. Where would I need a key? I don't remember there being anything on any of, like, the balconies or the little boxes. Oh, wait. Nick is back. Where'd he go?
How goes the search?
Where did you come from? You were gone for a while.
I found some of JJ's personal documents inside a secret panel in the basement.
Well, don't just stand there. Start breaking it down.
Did you ever hear about a challenge that JJ Thompson issued to Harry Houdini back in 1925?
Yeah, and?
JJ put up a big reward for this Houdini challenge. He must have thought the escape was impossible, but Houdini did it. And JJ didn't have the reward money.
What does this have to do with the ownership of the theater?
From what I can tell, JJ had to give Harry Houdini 50% of the theater as the reward.
Ha! Serves that swindler JJ right. Nancy, do you realize what this means?
Enlighten me.
If Thompson didn't own the whole place, then whoever inherited it from Thompson doesn't legally own the whole place either.
Someone in Houdini's family may be able to call this demolition off.
We've got to find out what happened to his half of the ownership. You keep looking for Maya. I've got a laptop out in my van. I'll get online and do some research. Check back soon.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
And he's gone again. Oh, that's right. We looked at these. Oh, I don't think we looked at this one last time. Humans Against the Destruction of Illustrious Theaters was founded in St. Louis in 1997 to rally public attention for the cause of preserving unique historic theaters throughout the... something. Oh, throughout the nation. As of today, Hadit has been instrumental in saving 133 theaters. The organization boasts 37 chapters nationwide. But even as the movement continues to expand, the need for public participation has never been greater. Every day, theaters that have served generations of audiences are being bulldozed to make way for giant megaplexes and shopping malls. If you'd like to find out more about Hadit, become a member, or make a donation to the cause, please contact our office. Or go to our website, which I'm actually would be really curious to see if that's a real website. There we go. He's got a van with a laptop. And yeah, he could 100% have Maya in his creepy van. I didn't even think about that. Alright. But what is at hadit.org? Can you even put dashes in websites? Nope. Okay. There's nothing there. Alright. Nick Falcone. Nicholas Fight the Power Falcone. Founder and president. Wait a second. He's the founder and president of this organization? Is that what I'm getting out of that? Founder and president. They saved 133 theaters? That seems weird. He just happens to have a personal, quote-unquote, connection to this theater. Okay. Oh, that's where I got the county administration office. Phone number. Oh, okay, you're gonna fall right out of my lap. Okay. Ice cold drink. Alright.
It's Joseph. Wait till you see this. Come to the projection room.
Why do you gotta use big boomy scary voice? My heart rate is like going crazy. Alright, what do you want?
Look at this.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, Maya's press pass.
Brady found it.
Found it? Where?
He didn't say. Give the police a call. And then you better go back to your hotel and get some rest.
Just when I have a lead? No way! I've got to keep searching.
You won't be any help to Maya if you get too tired to think.
Well, I guess you have a point there.
Go ahead and use the phone in the ticket booth. I'll be down in a minute.
Phone in the ticket booth. That'll have to wait. I need to go talk to Brady about hiding information. Brady, I'm coming for you. Cat, don't fall off my lap. Oh, Brady's not here. So Brady found the pass and then walked all the way upstairs to the old dude. Apparently. Apparently he's not here anymore. Yeah, maybe they are both in on it. Is Simone still here? Does she know where Brady is? Yeah.
What's the status?
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
Ciao. Alright. So... Cat, you are gonna fall, like 100% fall. Fall right off my lap. And it's gonna be all your fault. Okay. She's just like upside down in my lap right now. You're making it not easy to play this game. I need to cut your nails. You have giant nails. Well, shoot. Nick's gone, Brady's gone, Simone's no help, and Joseph just wants me to call the police. Alright, fine. Hang on. What's their phone number? Oh, hi, cat. No, I know I have my phone in my hand, but you can't bite my phone. Nope. There it is. Police.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Hi, Sergeant Ramsey. This is Nancy Drew. I spoke to you earlier today about the disappearance of my friend, Maya Wen.
Hello, Miss Drew. You're calling to tell me that you found your friend, I hope.
I wish that were true, sir. No, she's still missing. I'm calling to report that I have the evidence you asked for.
What did you find?
Someone else here at the theater found Maya's press pass. It was clipped to her shirt when she went into the dressing room. It must have been torn off when she was kidnapped.
Or it fell off. Or she just tossed it.
Maya is very serious about her work, Sergeant Ramsey. She never goes anywhere without that pass, and she would not willingly leave it behind.
Is the pass damaged in any way?
No.
Was anything disturbed in the area where it was found?
I don't know. I'm not the one who found it.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in, Miss Drew. If Maya hasn't turned up by tomorrow, we'll definitely be out to investigate. Someone will take a look at the press pass then.
But you said that if I found evidence, you'd investigate the theater today.
I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but we can't go chasing after every kid who decides to take a leave of absence. The vast majority of missing juveniles disappear of their own accord, and they reappear when they're good and ready.
You have to believe me. Maya would never play this kind of game. Nicholas Falcone said he thinks somebody is using her to make a statement.
Nicholas Falcone? Is he involved in this? Are you involved with him?
Hadit is demonstrating against the demolition in front of the theater. Nicholas has set up shop in the lobby. I've spoken to him. I'm not involved with him.
Are you aware of the allegations against Mr. Falcone's
That's what I was just wondering. I was like, that was a strong reaction.
Nick Falcone operates according to his own rules. He'll do just about anything to save a theater, and he's not afraid to use extreme tactics.
Which means he can't be the one who's
extreme
done
tactics?
You name it. Vandalism, sabotage, chaining himself to demolition machinery.
Is that right?
And last year there was a situation over in Nashville. Just when the oldest theater in the city is about to be torn down, and mind you, Hadit is there in full force, a girl goes missing. So happens she's the daughter of the demolition boss. They go crazy looking for her. There's a call, just like the one you described. Anyway, to make a long story short, the demolition is called off. And 3 weeks later, the girl is seen snuggling up to Falcone in a Memphis coffee shop.
Are you suggesting Nicholas is staging this thing?
I'm just saying that there's more to situations like these than meets the eye. Nick Falcone is a real operator and he likes to humiliate the police. I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon here with this whole Royal Palladium thing and let him make my unit look like a bunch of chumps.
I see.
So you aren't gonna have any credit with us if you join ranks with him.
Does he have a criminal record?
Oh, minor stuff. Disorderly conduct, trespassing, yada yada yada. But Nick Falcone can slime his way out of a sticky situation like no one I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's no jail sentence for being a royal pain in the neck.
There are no good citizenship awards for it either.
Look, I know you're worried, but for now, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing you can do either. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'm sure you've had a long day.
Well, this has been very informative, Sergeant Ramsey. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Drew.
Interesting. Interesting. But Maya is like our friend, right? Like, we know who Maya is, so I don't know that she's necessarily involved with Nick. Unless Maya was in on it the whole time. Ooh,
I heard
he
the whole
scared me
thing,
too.
Nancy. Go get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things till morning.
Okay, end of day 1. Okay. Ooh. Deepest sympathy? Planning a funeral is such a dreadful pain. Wouldn't you rather just stop the demolition? They sent us funeral flowers for Maya? You jerk faces. R.I.P. Well, that's not ideal. Okay. Alright. Alright, you jerks. We're gonna find Maya. Maybe save the theater. I don't know what we're doing yet. Nick's not here. Anything in his area changed? Same old, same old. Okay. Well, I still don't know where this key goes. I guess if it's a new day, we will go around and talk to everybody first things first. Oh. Okay, they put up a thing. Birthday, October 22nd, 1982. Vietnamese. Complexion part oily, part dry. I hope nobody ever puts up a missing poster of me. Teeth even and in good repair. Okay. Birthmark on right ankle. Last seen carrying a spiral reporter's notebook. Maya Wynn, originally from River Heights, is a sophomore at Washington University and a reporter for the school newspaper. She was at the Royal Palladium conducting interviews for an upcoming story when she disappeared from one of the dressing rooms. One witness claims to have heard Maya scream. It's possible that she's been kidnapped. Please, if you have any information concerning Maya's whereabouts, please contact one of the following. What? Simone Mueller, head of publicity in the National Find Maya campaign? Get straight out of here. She doesn't even care. She just wants the publicity. What a jerk. Alright, for information leading to Maya's safe return, Brady Armstrong is offering signed posters of his new movie, Vanishing Destiny, whose national premiere has been postponed due to this unfortunate turn of events at the Royal Palladium. Simone's the worst, you guys. Alright, Joseph. What up?
I'm sorry
What's
you
the
had to
word?
see that wreath, Nancy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you should have just thrown it away. Really.
This is one creepy kidnapper, that's for sure.
Let's hope the kidnapper just did this to scare you.
It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. I don't know how the press got a hold of this, but they're all over it like ants on a picnic.
Oh, we all know how the press got a hold of this.
Someone knew how to get their attention.
But who?
I can't say for sure, but I can make an educated guess.
I have a feeling you and I are betting on the same horse here.
Can you believe the way she diverted all of the attention away from Maya and used the poster to promote Brady as the big hero? This shouldn't be happening. It's all backwards.
The police told me Nicholas Falcone is known for using extreme tactics to further his political causes. Why are you letting him use the lobby as his headquarters?
Nicholas has been hanging around this theater since he was a little boy. I know how torn up he is about the theater. This'll be over soon enough, and then he'll go home. I don't think he's dangerous, for gosh sakes.
With his creepy van and his laptop?
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
Will you let me touch the projector now?
Don't touch that projector,
Okay.
dear. It's a temperamental old
I
beast.
just want to touch the projector. Alright. So. It still is really weird to me. Sorry, I'm just gonna check and make sure nothing's out here. It all looks the same. It's still really weird to me that Nick Falcone founded an organization to save theaters, saved 133 of them, and now the theater that he likes and has been hanging out as a kid is
Nancy,
suddenly
what's
under
the
attack.
411?
You didn't tell me kidnapping was part of Activism 101.
That's all hearsay, Nancy. They got no witnesses, no testimony, no nothing.
No, nothing.
I don't care if you've been convicted or not. Who are you?
I am not an eco-terrorist, and I would never orchestrate the temporary disappearance of anyone who wasn't in on the plan and down with the cause.
Ever hear of the wrath of Nancy Drew? It's not a pretty sight, Nicholas. Not pretty at all.
All right, Officer Nancy, chill out, will ya? I'm on your side.
Tell me about your relationship with the police.
All I know is they like to dig through my garbage and follow my van. Does this face say America's Most Wanted to you?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building an historical landmark.
They've been in that process for years. It's all just a big wad of red tape, a bunch of bureaucratic hocus pocus. Hadit's about action, not paperwork.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
You'd think that Hadit would be behind anything that would save the theater. I love Nancy's sassiness in this game. I agree, and I'm trying to pick the sassy options. What's in that trash can? Was there something in that trash can before? See, it looks like there's something in there. There's nothing in that one. Oop. Can't turn around either. looked like something was in the trash can. Okay, fine. I guess it's hopefully not important. This thing's still out of order. Okay. Alright, we talked to Joseph, we talked to Nick. No, go away, gross. Brady Armstrong. Let's go see what our publicity manager is up to this morning. Did it play this music last time? This, like, creepy semi-circus music? I don't remember it if it did. And I still don't care for it.
Have you seen the posters? Aren't they fabulous?
I hate you so much. Oh!
That picture of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
How'd you get that, Simone?
Thankfully, she's photogenic.
What if she wasn't photogenic? Would you be less interested in helping her?
Not necessarily. I just have to be more creative about my publicity if I couldn't use photos. Brady's out plastering those posters all over St. Louis and every podunk town for 50 miles. He's due back at any time, though, for the press conference.
Press conference?
I've invited the press here today to report on Brady's commitment to solving this case. You know, a few questions, a few photo ops, no big deal. That funeral wreath was awful, wasn't it?
Brady's commitment to solving the case. Brady has done nothing but stand in a dressing room the entire day yesterday. The whole day. Stood in a dressing room. Did nothing. Brady isn't solving this case. I'm solving this case. I'm gonna solve it. I'm gonna solve it.
What do you know about that wreath?
I had it moved out front for the press conference. We want the press to know just how heartless this kidnapper is, don't we?
She's 100% behind the wreath, isn't she?
Fabulous when Brady saves the day.
She 100% ordered that wreath. I hate you so much, Simone.
Love ya.
I am not convinced that she's not entirely 100% behind all of this. So I just wanted a quick look around the theater to see if any lights are out. Love ya. Hate you. I feel that way. Alright. Those lights look fine. Those ceiling lights look fine. That looks fine. There was a light missing in the ladies' dressing room, but it didn't look like... Again, still assuming that's a light bulb. Still have no idea if it actually is. She said Brady's supposed to be back any minute. I don't know if he's actually... There he is. Okay, hang on, Brady. No lights missing over there.
How are you holding up?
I really hope that's a light bulb. If it's something else this entire time. It just doesn't look like one. But I don't know what else it would be. It's like a glass bulb, but is not like any traditional light bulb that I know.
Thanks for finding Maya's press pass. Where was it?
I found it in the basement. I mean the balcony. It was the balcony.
The balcony. Huh, Brady? Huh? He's lying! I don't think he markets himself like a real pro. I think Simone markets him.
Simone think of everything. What about a little side business? Missing Persons Are Us. It's catchy, and it might be a real moneymaker.
Please, Nancy. It's not me.
I guess I should have my eyes checked. I could have sworn that poster was all about you.
It's Simone. She's relentless. I'm just a hostage on her runaway bus.
That's funny. I don't see any gun to your head. Just a wad of money dangling in front of your
So
nose.
sassy.
It's more complicated than you think. Listen, I've got to get ready for this press conference. I'll talk to you later.
Oh yeah, you reading your press conference 101 book? Okay, so he found it down in the basement. Your balcony. At least in this one, I don't have to do the puzzles over and over again 40 times. Alright, and at least this thing is still here. I don't know why I checked. Okay.
This magician needs some first aid.
Just want to make sure there's nothing else I can do with it. Oop. Nothing to do with these lights. Where in the basement did he find it? We were down here the whole day. He's a liar, liar, pants on fire. Also, I like the music down here, though. Maybe there's a secret passage we don't know about yet, which would make him suspicious. 100% right. 100%. I firmly believe there are way more secret passages around this place. There have to be. Also, I don't know. I mean, I know that gate door thing down there locks, but if somebody really wanted to, like, hold me hostage, all they'd have to do is, like, replace the box that's up there on the thing. Nothing to do with this. Nothing down here. I didn't see anything in the basement. Oh, that irritates me. Dang you, Brady Anderson. Yes, I do have 2 cats. Yeah, this is Lucy, and that's Hannah. Hannah! Kitty kitty. Hi there. Hi. Here. Ugh. This is Hannah. Hi, Han. Hannah Banana. There you go. Hannah's my old lady. Yes, there was something in the audience seats. It was there. There. It was a piece of gum. We got the gum earlier. The gum's on the end of our magic wand. We used it to get the gear without dying. But this thing... Is there one of those that I can I click on other ones? Or just that one? I didn't ever click on that before. There's also some, oh, popcorn. There's popcorn over here. Hang on. We got something here, but I can't remember what it was. But there is popcorn. Yep. Why can I click on that one face? Oop. I don't know why I can click on it. It's really weird that, like... Hang on. If you're here, you can't turn this way. Like, you can't turn to look at it. You can only go here and turn around and go up. Which is a little bit frustrating because I think when I walked around here last time, I think I went more like this, but you can't like turn, and I don't think I would have noticed otherwise. And then here, I don't think there's anything on this side in the seats. There's a wall bit? A wall bit? I didn't notice a wall bit. Hang on. Oh. Wall bit. This wall bit is a non-clickable wall bit. bit. Yeah, there's like nothing here. I don't remember the balconies. Or not the, I get the box seats or whatever they are, these guys. I think we found something on one of these, I just don't remember what. I thought we were able to look down. Maybe it's just on the other one. It doesn't look like anything's crazy over here. There was something on the floor and it took me a little while to navigate my way back around in a circle. Alright, yeah, it was here. We got something on the floor here and I can't remember what it was last week either, but... Looks fine up here. Oh! There's lights up on the balconies. The death balcony. I'm still looking... I'm gonna feel so dumb if this thing is not a light bulb. The quarter, maybe? Like, do something with the quarter? I thought maybe, like, the quarter would be, like... This machine reminds me of those machines where you put like a penny in it and then you like crank the thing and it turns into something else. And for some reason I thought maybe like the quarter would go in here and I'd get a key out of it. And I still have this key that I can't do anything with. Oh, maybe we picked up the quarter. Maybe. Okay, before I go looking over this edge, I'm gonna save it super quick. No, that's just like a regular light. Ugh. Nothing weird here, nothing in the seats. I don't see anything. Is it one of these lamps? It looks like it could be like a bulb that goes in there. Those all look lit. The wreath is gone.
I got the number.
Oh,
I left it in the ticket booth. This woman isn't Houdini herself. Oh. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
Maybe she knows what's happened to Houdini's half of the theater. I'll call.
Okay, folks, we're about to get started here. Mrs. Mueller, Mr. Armstrong will do their best to answer all of your questions in the time allotted. But let's proceed with good manners, shall we?
Wait, no. Are they outside the theater?
Armstrong will not rest. The greatest performance of his career will not be unveiled until Maya Nguyen.
Hey lady, you're breaking my heart. But isn't her name Maya Win?
Until Maya Win is returned to her friends and family.
I think it's the press conference too. I just couldn't figure out where it was.
Our real-life hero has searched this theater and uncovered important evidence. Already, he has driven 200 miles in a rent-a-car, no less, distributing missing posters to all the outer-lying regions of this great city. You see, Brady Armstrong is a hero and a regular guy, all rolled into one.
Ooh, I'm swooning.
Sock in it, Mr. Camouflage. And now, without further ado, I'd like to open the floor up to questions.
Is it true that the girl was at the theater to interview Brady Armstrong? What was the interview about?
Mr. Charmstrong, do you find your fans respond to you more in your chicken suit or in your curly wig?
Did anyone hear her scream?
Ms. Mueller, you're his agent. Chicken suit or curly wig?
Any speculation of where the kidnapper's hiding her? Where did this funeral wreath come from?
Isn't it a little unusual for a movie star to help with a kidnapping like this?
People, one at a time. Brady.
Well, with all of my experience on the silver screen, I feel well prepared to save the day in St. Louis.
Do you think the kidnapper is Violet?
Mr. Charmstrong, have you ever thought about growing a mustache? It might really distinguish you.
Is it true you're offering a reward for the facts leading to Maya's return?
That's right. Autographed movie posters for anyone and everyone who comes forward with a decent lead.
Yes, is it true that that Detective Nancy Drew is on the case?
That's right, we are.
Nancy Drew is investigating.
Is she available for comment?
Right here.
It's a difficult situation. You see,
I wish Nancy would just like open up the blinds
Nancy's
and be like in the window, like I'm right here.
Well, it
That's what I would do.
may be clouding the
Ha-ha!
detective's judgment. She's really on edge.
Isn't anybody around here concerned about the welfare of this magnificent theater? There's more than one life at stake today, you know. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, press people, over here. If you want the real story, talk to me. Sorry, Miss Mueller, you'll have your photo op in a moment. Yeah, over here, down by my van.
Okay. Sound of press conference outside. Not that they could give us any, like, you know, captions for it or anything. Alright. Eustacia Andropov. Alright, let's give her a call. 3247. Oh, never mind.
Yes, hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Mrs. Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Harry was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater. Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you know what happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr. Stupendous? Not on his life. Losing that man was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here. I don't exactly have time to burn.
I love
I
her.
know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropov, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the theater may be my only hope of saving her.
Call the Library of Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout, Eustacia said. You're not dead yet, Sherman, so get up and make yourself useful.
The Library of Congress. You don't happen to have that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Sherman around here somewhere. Cat food coupons. Vincent Jacuzzi repair. Dear Eustacia. Here we go. Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. 202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropov. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
Don't worry, we'll send you some real nice flowers. Alright. Why does the Library of Congress have a Harry Houdini collection? Is that weird? Maybe that's not weird.
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in St. Louis. Eustacia Andropov recommended I call you.
Oh, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection. I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine.
Just drop my
You'll
phone.
just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view. When your request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do research. I'm hoping you could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections. It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
Mr. Trout, if I don't solve this case in a matter of hours, the building I'm standing in will be demolished, and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
Help me,
She was
Sherman Trout.
kidnapped by
You're my
someone
only hope.
desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half, or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save
Reasonable.
Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I suppose I can take a look.
That would be such a help, Mr. Trout. If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now. But I could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330
Oh.
Washington
Oh.
Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how
He sounds like a
grateful I
deep,
am, Mr.
fancy
Trout.
Ned.
You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman Trout is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Alright. He does sound fancy. He works at the Library of Congress. He must be fancy. He's a fancy Nancy. Sorry. Oh, fancy Ned. I thought you said he sounded like a fancy Nancy. Okay. Which we have not called Ned or Bess today. Bess/George. If we just turn around in circles in the lobby. Where does this key go? If it were me, I would have the package sent to Nancy Drew and not Nicholas Falcone. I don't want him to have information. I want me to have the information. And I still can't do anything with this slide. And this seems like a real projector, not a slide projector, unless I'm much mistaken. Wait. He's not here. He's not here. I can touch the projector. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch the heck out of it.
I should switch the power off.
Fine. How do I put a slide? Oh, I'm gonna touch this projector.
It's locked.
I don't. Oh, I got a key. I got a key for the projector. What?
It's locked.
Ooh. Herbert Redude and Son, men's rooming house. All right. For a clean bed, hot meal, and a place to hang your hat, you can always room with the Redudes. I'm gonna touch the heck out of this temperamental little beast. Dear Mr. Hughes, we received your letter inquiring about the whereabouts of Jacob Hughes. Unfortunately, Jake died 6 months ago. He had been ill with emphysema for some time, but you'll be glad to know that he enjoyed his cigarettes to the end. and died peacefully in his sleep. We regret that we were unable to contact you at the time of his death, but we had no idea that Jake had a brother. He never mentioned any family, and our research didn't turn up any leads. Your brother was cremated according to his last wishes, and no rent was due on his room. Please contact the county coroner's office if you would like to have his ashes shipped to you. We're sorry for your loss. Best of luck. Sincerely, Herbert Redude. Aww. Joseph had a brother named Jacob who died. That sucks. Poor guy. What's over here? Why do I don't know why I need to call this, like, why am I able to, can I press 3? Not like I'm able to push any of the numbers. Oh, where's the ding-dang key? I have a key to the temperamental old beast. It's a projector light bulb. Sorry. He also said he was going to go to his brother's after the theater was demolished, though. Oh, I don't remember that part. Okay. Well, dang. It's not the one in my inventory.
It's locked. It's locked.
I tried.
Locked.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Come on, you temperamental old beast. I know, that was my first thought too, was like, oh, I have a key. And it's not apparently the key I need. So this isn't the key for the projector, and it's not the key for the desk. What is it the key for?
Something's missing here.
Well, that's a slide. Let's go out to the lobby, you guys. Okay. Where we got the key? We got the key in the basement behind the safe in that box with the Harry Houdini letter. Or how we know the letter from J.J. Thompson to Harry Houdini about what happened to his will. So that's where we got it. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that in there for fun. Okay, so maybe Joseph isn't here. Maybe because he got the news about his brother? But it does not appear that he is here today. What is all this? Trapdoors. Trapdoors. Trapdoors? Trapdoors. How do I turn this thing on? Nope. Please stop that music. Please stop that music. I never wanted that. Not the big glowy red button, apparently. Not the switch. Not any of the buttons. Not this, that. Tap, tap, tap. Clean up on aisle 2. Clean up on aisle 2. Well. Okay. That is the power button. It says power. Push it, Nancy. Push the button. Push the button, Nancy Drew. Let me play with all the stuff. Oh, this is slightly infuriating. Okay. So I need to... He said he was going to make a slide of the information, right? That's what the Library of Congress guy... What's his name? Sherman Trout. Said. So... At least I know how it works, or that it is working now. I hate that I can't tell the difference between down and back up arrows. Alright, nothing else here, right? Surprised that's not a Her Interactive mug. Does anybody else do crosswords on a regular basis? I have a subscription to the New York Times crossword, and I do the crossword puzzle every day. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. Alright. Well, I don't know how much we can do, or how much more we can do in there, because we can't... I don't have anything to do with the projector. Nick's not back. He's probably out in his creepy van. Sudoku. I'm okay at those, but not great. Sudokus are fun. She's just sleeping. I'm gonna sleep through all the action, bug. Oh, he's not. Are they still out doing the... Oh, are they out doing the press conference? Can I see what's on Simone's desk? Yeah, okay. Bobby pin. Okay. On my first glance, I was like, wow, it looks like there's nothing in that drawer at all. We're just gonna snoop through stuff. Baroque tours. If you ain't Baroque, then take our tours. Poor Brady. Chuck's Fried Clucks, y'all! Chicken suit! Okay. Whenever... It's the curly wig versus the chicken suit. What's the other one? You guys, look how happy that chicken face is. And then look at his face. Oh... Can we just, like, print out a bunch of these pictures, put these on the missing posters? Oh, he's so unhappy. She took a picture of it? It was just laying there? Bullshit. Ah. They 100% like planted it. Oh, that's why he couldn't remember if it was the basement or the balcony. Happy? Less happy. Happy? Less happy. Sirius on the balcony. He's on the death balcony, you guys. He was inches from death and didn't even know it. I love this game. Oh, nope. Serious. Constipated. Serious. Constipated. Serious. Constipated. Oh, Brady. He just looks like an unhappy person in general. Although I 100% would go to a restaurant called Chuck's Fried Clucks. Curly wig. Curly wig is a pretty good look for him too, though. I mean, I like this one better. Like, if he had to go between curly wig or this one, I'd go for this one. Alright, well. Sorry, I was trying to see if we could click something else. Hang on, what's in here? Jake's Talent Farm. Actors, actresses, singers, dancers, you name it, we've got it. Jake Schmoozer. He's got a phone number too. Alright. Mama Centric's Wellness Garden. Specializing in aromatherapy and other holistic remedies. Aspect Ratio Studios, TV, film, new media. These are just distracting things. Happy Spines, chiropractic and massage services. Happy Spines make happy people. I am very skeptical of chiropractors. Ezekiel's Martini and Sushi Bar. Yes! When are we going to Martini and Sushi Bar? Georgie Bear. Birthday 8/13. There it is. Alright, take a picture of this real quick. Shirt size, 17-inch neck, 36 or 7. Shoe size, 14 wide. That's a big foot. Oh, I knew it. 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 She's behind the funeral wreath. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. We'll arrange all of your innocent flirtations. French word for flower. Uh-huh. She paid $300 for that wreath, and it was tacky, let's be real. Okay. Alright. What? 8? 1? 3? What? How does this work? That's a lot of money for some poor taste. That's a lot of money for a publicity stunt. I mean, I guess depending on how much money, like, Brady is worth. 1, 3, 813. These puzzles do sometimes frustrate me with Nancy Drew. Like, I don't understand exactly this puzzle. Like I know the code. What am I doing here? How is this working? 8, 1, 3, right? It's in the line. Right? 8-1 birthday. 813. Unless it's another number, but like. Make everything a question mark or a star. Like 813 and everything else is a star? I'm not even sure if I know how this works. All right. I don't even know how I'm doing this on. Well, I'm real good at making it 816, you guys. I don't understand. Why does clicking this make it this? Cool. Figured it out, guys. No worries. How did that even work? How? I keep solving these puzzles accidentally. But we'll take it. Alright, let's see what she's up to today. I'm gonna take a picture of your calendar, lady. Meeting with Stevie from Paramount Pictures. A lunch date with Brady. Picking up dry cleaning. Brady final shoot. Cast party. Delete entry. Delete them all. Delete her whole calendar. We can't go backwards or forwards. And we can't click on anything here. Why doesn't she have her PDA with her? Whatever. Alright, from Scoop Win at breakingnews.net to Boy Armstrong at MuellerVision.com. Possible interview. Dear Mr. Armstrong, for starters, I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing your movies since I was like 14. To this day, I still think your best performance was in Lie Like a Rug. But who knows? Maybe Vanishing Destiny will top it. I'm in college at Washington University now, and I'm planning to go to your premiere at the Royal Palladium. I'm contacting you because I'm hoping to interview you for an article I'm writing for my school paper. I'm sure you're very busy, but could I stop by your dressing room the afternoon of the premiere? I only have a few questions. The interview will only take 20 minutes or so. What do you think? Please write back. Yours sincerely, Maya Wynn. Next message. Hi, Maya. Sure, I'd be happy to meet with you so long as we provide any and all photos of me for the article. Also, we need to get a full-page ad for Destiny in your school paper. We spoke to advertising and they claim it's past the deadline. Can you pull a few strings? What, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours? What do you say? Looking forward to meeting you. Ciao, Brady. Which I believe Simone clearly obviously wrote all of these. Thank you for being so generous for your time. As far as your ad goes, I checked with the advertising guys and they say a deadline's a deadline. Sorry. Don't worry, I'm sure the premiere will sell out. I know tons of people who are going. I'll stop by your dressing room in the afternoon for the interview. See you then. Sincerely, Maya Wynn. Okay. From Sarah C. at schoolu.com, #1 fan. Dear Brady, my friend Linda said you did all your own dance moves in Dr. Salsa. Is this true? If it is, that's really cool. You were so good in that movie. I watched it 4 times in one day. Will you ever do another movie with Tracy Martin? She is so cool. Right back. XOXO, Sarah Capsback. From D. Alexander at rocketmouth.com. Brady, I've written you 22 emails and you haven't heard anything back. Teen Style Magazine says you care about your fans and you're not stuck up, so what's your problem? Write back. If you don't, I'm going to join Leif Jangson's fan club instead of yours. Your #1 fan, Desi. Z. Stevens at patchalert.org. Alright. Hi Brady! I'm writing because I just read an article in PQ Magazine that said sometimes men who have ponytails are really just trying to cover up a bald spot. You don't have a bald spot, do you? Please tell. I promise I can keep a secret. Your biggest fan, Xena. Who's EB? Alright. Hey Brady, what's up? I'm wondering what your next movie is going to be, but I'm also wondering, can you play the guitar? I think you should start a band. I'm in a band. We're called Senator Spanky. Cool, huh? Well, you should be in one too. I bet you'd rock. Well, gotta start my homework. Right back. EB. Oh my god, who are these people? Alright. Hi Brady. As far as dudes go, I'm probably your #1 fan. I'm also a young actor. 12 going on 13. Oh, he's young. He, she, I'm not sure. Anyway. And I'm wondering if you have any tips for me. How'd you get discovered? Please help me. Sincerely, J.R. Stetson. P.S. Do you think this is a good stage name? P.P.S. Your ponytail is cool. What kind of hair gel do you use? No more messages. That's it. Dang. Ooh, sent messages. Georgie Bear. Wait, did he send it? Did she send this from Boy Armstrong at MuellerVision.com to G. Davis at WorldLink.net, whatever. Georgie Bear, thanks for your message. I miss you too, Sugar. Can't talk, though. A lot is happening here. I'm a genius because I'm behind it all because I kidnapped a girl because I don't care about anyone but myself and my money. I'll tell you all about it when I get back. Love, you're Simonster. Simonster? Love your voices for these emails. Same. Thanks, guys. One thing I would love to do if I could is do, like, voiceover work. I think that'd be amazing. Alright. Let's see, this is Carol at jetsettravel.com. Change of itinerary. Hi, Carol. Listen, something's come up and we won't be flying out of St. Louis tomorrow as planned. I'll get back to you when I know something definite, but for now, just cancel that flight, will you please? Thanks, Simone. Cecil at MuellerVision.com. Golden opportunity. Cecil, things are going better than I could have hoped for. The premiere is off for now. The news is spreading like wildfire. Tell Rhonda. Good work. Who's Rhonda? LOL, I thought that was real for a second. Listen, Cecil, have you been brushing Miss Sparkles? I checked in with her this morning on the webcam, and she's looking awfully bedraggled. She's a very sensitive cat, Cecil. I have one or two of those myself. She hates to have a bad fur day. If she's traumatized when I get home, you'll be sorry you ever met me. Merv at youlookmarvelous.com. Merv, thanks for getting me with those contact sheets so fast. The black and white glossies for Destiny definitely need another airbrush. Can you do anything to make his jawline look more defined? Alright. Well, that looks like all of our emails, I think. Home. Calendar, email, home, power. Alright. I don't think I'm missing anything here. Because I can't click on trash, there's nothing there. Alright, I think that's it. Alright. We searched all of those cards. Don't see anything else in here. We can't search her coin bag because that's just the... just that. Okay. Let's just take her keys. Oop! No, I don't want to look at the camera. Well, maybe I do want to look at the camera again. Everybody, let's look at Chicken Suit. Look at that sad face. Angry face? Chicken Suit. Alright. Now we're done. Okay. Close that back up. What? What bag? Never heard of a bag or seen a bag in my life. Here we go. I'm hoping I can use the bobby pin on the other desk. Poor chicken man. No, I do not feel sorry for this guy. He is kind of a jerk. Okay, for the first time in paperback, you are what you project, becoming the captain of your own destiny by Perry Midplan, author of Out with the Old, In with the New. Chapter 2, The Language of Success. In the last chapter, we established one of life's great truths and the premise of this book. You are what you project. Another way of putting this is, what you project is who you are. As we saw in the cases of Lisa and Dwayne, a negative attitude is a poor foundation from which to win friends and influence people. Because who wants to be around a grouch or do favors for a loser? No one. On the other hand, with a positive attitude, or what we call your inner captain, the sky's the limit. The stories of Rick and Beatrice prove that if you command the world, you are my oyster. Now open up and hand over the pearls. You will soon find yourself basking in fame, fortune, and social popularity, standing at the helm of your own destiny. In this chapter, we'll learn how to speak the language of success, and that's not just a verbal language, it's body language too. It's everything that you communicate to the world. So stand up straight, pull up your socks, and freshen that breath, because you, yes you, are going straight to the top. Before we get started, take a look at this chart to see whether you're speaking like the captain of your own destiny, or the cabin boy. I'll get that for you, sir. I'm busy. Get it yourself. Minimum wage is okay with me. There's no limit to my worth. I'm parched. I am driven to quench my thirst. I'm hungry. I'll leave my competitors for dinner. What if I lose my hair? I'll make baldness irresistible. Wasn't Brady's, hairline receding, or am I maybe confusing him with Rick Arlen? Maybe. I can't remember. This book is super insane. What if the door of opportunity is locked? I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow that door down. Nothing will stand between me and my destiny. Do you see how the cabin boy is ruled by fear and doubt, whereas Captain greets the world with his chest puffed out and his best foot forward? Isn't it time you grabbed your destiny by the horns and sailed into the sunset? That's a weird sentence. The choice is yours, but remember this. If you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. Are you ready to transform your life? Read on. What's this? What's this little... You guys. I love this drawing. Do you think he did it? Come back here and swab this deck. You work for me. I'm Captain Brady. I'm done. This is it. You guys, we won the game. We've already won the game. Simply because we have seen this image. This is so funny. Oh, this is the inside of the paper. What's your fashion sign? Astro style. In a rut? Want to change your life right this minute? Why not start by changing your outfit? Clothes you put on say a lot about your attitude, so why not put on success from head to toe? The key to the enhanced self-presentation is in the stars. With the Astro Style Guide, you can invent a new image that is guaranteed to attract people and money. Keep reading. Gemini the twins, that's me! You're witty, charming, clever, and sometimes mischievous. At times, you can be a bit of a double dealer. Some even call you two-faced. Let's think positive. Maybe it's just that you're too dynamic to settle for simple. In order to keep things exciting, you may even enjoy leading a double life. This doesn't mean you're shallow, disloyal, and fickle, as some people say. It just means you're curious and eager to try new things. Gemini style. You have a big project coming up, Gemini. Do I? Oh no. You'll want to project a sense of adventure and daring, but at the same time, you need people to take you seriously. Consider a theme and then accessorize. Wild Wild West. Try alligator skin boots, a shiny pair of spurs, and a turquoise studded belt. Hang on. Wild Wild West. Try alligator skin boots, a shiny pair of spurs, and some turquoise studded belt buckles. There you go. Pirate of the High Seas. Try a ruffled shirt, an eye patch, a gold hoop earrings, and a parrot. Or a gambling tycoon. Try a purple velvet hat, lucky dice cufflinks, and a walking cane. Add some studious looking glasses, maybe a pipe to any of these styles. Yes, I'm a pipe smoking pirate. People will know that you consider things carefully before you act. Looking good is feeling good. Wild Wild Whiskey. Pet horoscopes. Coming soon. Dress your pet for success too. They all left the room. I'm here alone. Fortunately, I can't dress my pet for success. Well, interesting. Brady and I are both Geminis. Alright. Well. Was there anything on this? Oh. Okay. Well, no, don't open the book again. So clearly, I guess maybe, and especially after we've seen those pictures now, maybe Brady's not loving Simone so much anymore.
It's locked.
Bobby pin. The Stage Technician's Guide. Maybe, maybe Brady is not happy with Simone and maybe he's looking to make a change. The Houdini Transformation, Class 5 Authorization. What's that code? Bing bong. We got a code. Due to the restricted nature of this stage manipulation usage, you will need Class 5 Technician status to perform this procedure. Be sure the control board button, power button is activated. On the numbered keypad on the control board, enter the 6-digit security code for the Houdini transformation, which is, I assume, there. Press the left and right fader power buttons to bring power to the fader switches. Maneuvering the iron cages. Hang on. I think I'm going to need pictures of the whole... I only took pictures of the number. And I think I'm going to need the whole screen. When cued by the performers, lower the iron cages to the stage floor. After they reach the floor, press the magnet buttons to attach the tunnel columns to the cage bottoms. After both performers have entered the cages, move the fader switches up slightly to raise the cages 3 feet above the floor. The tunnel columns will still be attached to the cage bottoms, although you will not see them. They are hidden by mirrors. On your cue from the performers, press the trap door buttons to open the trap doors. Important, you must depress the lock switch after all stage manipulations have been completed in the proper order, as this will lock all the elements in place. For security purposes, all stage elements and board controls will move to their original positions if the lock button is not activated. It cannot be activated until everything has been done in the proper order. Secret rooms and tunnels! God, you guys. Performers in this cage will extend. Okay. Trick chair, foot elevator, and tunnels. There's a trick chair, seated on the trick chair in the front row of the auditorium. To access it from the quick switch box, the third performer will have to use the tunnel system beneath the box. Tunnel system runs from the quick switch box to the magician's room and the trick chair. What? 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 Yeah. Okay, hang on. Cage, quick switch box is under this. This is the stage. This is the trick chair. There is an elevator there. There's a magician's room down here. What's the quick switch box? The third performer can access the trick chair via the foot elevator beneath the chair. A seamless transition from the fourth performer to the third will be achieved by using a large costume/shell. This shell rests sturdily in the chair, whether a performer is inside it or not. This room, located beneath the stage and beside the basement, is for magicians and related staff/performers only. What? What kind of shenanigans is happening here? The quick switch box is under the stage. To access the trick chair from the quick switch box. What in the what? Oh, nope. Okay, look at that paper. Nope. Okay. So...
Get smart, Nancy Drew. You're wasting precious time. Stop the demolition or you'll never see her again.
That legitimately really scared me. It was really loud in my headphones. Okay, alright. Alright, are you guys all good? Okay, alright. Alright. Oh my gosh. We're fine. How do I want to go over here. Oh, hang on. Oh, go to the office. That's right. He might still be there. I guess that's where he came from, right? Dun, dun, dun. Well, now that I've stood down here for too long. Dun, dun, dun. You can't get away from Nancy's zoom. Pacha. Not in there. I still can't turn it on. This is where the magnets and the trapdoors are, though. So we'll keep that in mind. Nope, that's still just terrible music. Terrible. Terrible. Nope, get out of here. Maybe there's a trapdoor in here. Look down. Nope. Okay. Nope, nobody's out there. Alright. Well, shoot! Okay. That would have been too easy. Right, Nancy runs in and she's just like, I caught you. Just checking. Still nothing going on out here. Okay, okay. I don't think anyone's here, are they? Both Brady and Simone are gone. Nick's gone. Joseph's gone. Gone. Alright. That really scared me. Okay. Which one's the third chair? Is it like one of these? One of these? Is it you? Perfect time for the perp to make a spooky announcement since everyone's gone. What if it's not even any of the people that we know? What if it's a fifth spooky person? What if it's the ghost of J.J. Thompson? What if it was him? Nancy Drew. Well, I'm really scared to go anywhere now. I can maybe check the basement. Whoop. So they just like put it down here, I guess, and then staged a bunch of photos. Okay, he's still broken and creepy. So I'm underneath part of the stage, but they're theoretically this. I'm probably backstage, under backstage. So whatever's on the left here, to the wall, to the window, to the wall. Whatever's back here is probably underneath the stage, but I can't. Do anything or get in there that I'm aware of. Alright. Good news, the perp didn't lock me in. Missed his chance. Alright, so I think I looked at everything that was in here. I got the bobby pin from the drawer and I looked in her purse, and then I looked at the book over there. There's no one here to talk to, right? Nancy Drew, you're gonna get murdered. Look up there. Who's up there?
Sure this can be repaired.
Excuse me? That's your reaction, Nancy Drew? Nancy Drew is super chill about this. I'm sure that can be repaired. No biggie.
I'm sure this can be repaired. I'm sure this can be repaired.
Your life can be repaired. Thank you. Who's doing this and how are they doing it? I really thought that was actually going to be, like, game over for a hot second. I wasn't sure if I should step into it or back away from the, like, dirt falling. And I can't go up there? And I can't look up? You're not going to look up and investigate there, Nancy Drew? Can't do anything with this. Except that I know a box is still up there. Oh, Nancy Drew. Just look up, Nancy Drew. Alright, well. I guess maybe while I was in the basement, he was waiting for me to come out. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Who's in here? Anybody in here? Who is in here? Is it the snake? The snake was here. Who's in here? Nobody. Bing bong. You know what? We should save the game. Okay, now back into it. Nobody out there? Is it you, JJ Thompson? This poster still creeps me out whenever I see it. There's no one in the theater that I'm aware of, but I mean, I'm sure there's somebody here somewhere. I go from scared to dancing to sleuthy music. Yes. You can't keep Nancy scared for too long. Doesn't work like that. We're too good for you. Can't scare me for more than a few seconds. You know what? I'm gonna go call Ned. I'm gonna go tell Ned I was almost crushed to death. See how Ned feels about that. Ned!
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hey, detective. Any leads?
According to Joseph, the St. Louis Historical Society has been scrambling to get the Royal Palladium declared an historical landmark.
And that would prevent the demolition?
Right.
So what's the holdup?
Joseph thinks someone downtown is stalling.
Maybe someone who wants the demolition has been greasing some palms.
Probably. It's a shame because Joseph seems to think they're close.
I wonder if this kidnapper is just trying to buy a little more time. What does Mr. Falcone have to say about the Historical Society?
He was pretty cynical. Said the whole process was a bunch of hocus pocus.
Perhaps Mr. Falcone is using cynicism to disguise his true feelings.
I found an old stage technician's guide that explains how some of the illusions were done in the old days when the theater was still used for stage performances.
Oh yeah?
Apparently there's elaborate architecture under the stage.
Like what?
Compartments, tunnels, a magician's room of some kind, not to mention trap doors.
Nancy, what are you waiting for?
Well, it appears that in order to access these areas, I would need to operate a switchboard up in the projection room.
Where's Joseph?
I think he's still out dealing with a press conference.
Nancy, you've got to jump on this opportunity. Who knows what you'll find?
Well, I know, but I couldn't turn on the power.
Must have been quite a character.
What makes you say that?
Oh, it just sounds like he was so generous and passionate about his craft. Everyone loved him.
Any theories yet on what he did with his half of the theater?
No, but I highly doubt he was generous enough to give his half back to old JJ Thompson.
That wouldn't have been an act of generosity anyway. It would have been a lapse in judgment.
See, if I were Nancy, I suppose I would have led with this one.
I was backstage earlier, and I almost got hit by a falling stage light.
Not again, Nancy.
Yeah, who knew there were so many ways to get crushed in this life?
I'm glad you're okay. Do you think it was an accident?
I don't know. There was no one around the stage, so I guess we could chalk it up to the crumbling theater. But why did it suddenly fall when I was right there?
You've got me there, detective.
I don't know, there was no one around the stage, but I heard like an extremely creepy voice being like, get lost, and then like 3 minutes later I almost got crushed by a falling stage light. Not again, Nancy.
Oh,
no, I don't want to know what to do next.
Any thoughts?
See if you can get down beneath the stage.
Okay.
That stage technician's guide must have outlined the steps. Who knows if you'll have another chance like this to check out the projection.
That's what I was going to do anyway. Bye, Ned. Don't give me any more hints. I didn't want any hints. Nope. Okay. Weirdly enough, I still can't touch the big power button. It's right there, Nancy. Just push it.
Hello? Hello?
Maybe it's on. Hang on. Let me pull up some instructions here. Instrucciones. Be sure the control board button, power button is activated. It's lit up. On the numbered keypad, enter in the code. What'd that do? Did that do a thing? I was looking at my phone. Oh no. Alright, press the left and right fader power buttons to bring power to the fader switches. Okay. When cued by the performer, lower the 2 iron cages to the stage floor by moving the left and right fader switches down to their lowest position. Alright. After the cages reach the floor, oh my god. I don't see anything. Maybe they're behind the curtain and I can't see. Alright, well, either way, we'll assume that it... Do I have to do that all again? Because I backed out of it. Okay. Bring them back down to their lowest position. After the cages reach the stage floor, press the magnet button to attach the tunnel columns to the cage bottoms. After both performers have entered the cages, move the fader switches up slightly to raise the cages 3 feet above the stage floor. The tunnel columns will be attached to the cage bottoms, although you will not see them. They are hidden by mirrors. On your cue from the performance, press the trap door button to open the trap doors. Oops. Important, you must depress the lock switch, which I'm guessing is this. Aha! After all stage manipulations have been completed in the proper orders, this will lock all elements in place for security purposes. All stage elements and board controls will move to their initial positions if the lock button is not activated. Cannot be activated until everything else has been done. Okay. Alright. Here we go, y'all. Oh.
It's done with mirrors.
That's really neat, actually. Get on in there, Nancy Drew. That's not a creepy view at all. Ooh, okay. Well, here we are. Do you need a light bulb? I'm just looking at her. What? Ah! Where'd she go? Is this the magician's room? Save that game. She's gone again. Maya's quick, you guys. Alright. So, I feel like if I took a right, this should go to the seat. I don't really want to go there right now. Oh, I gotta get the rabbit in the hat, don't I?
These pieces won't budge. These pieces won't budge. These pieces won't budge.
Not even if I use my magic wand, Nancy? Not even if I use my magic wand, Nancy?
pieces
Okay,
won't
I'm just
budge.
double checking.
These pieces won't budge.
What if I give them a quarter?
These pieces won't budge.
Well, shoot. Okay, so I need to get these pieces moving. I have a quarter, what I believe is a light bulb, a magic wand that won't work, a bobby pin which I've used, a key which have I figured out where that goes yet? And my magic ring. I want to get into the magician's room. Hang on. Nothing on the walls. Just this puzzle. These pieces,
Won't budge.
Alright. Guess I can get back in here, I guess. And somebody has locked me in here. There's like pizza on the floor and a shoe. I was like, how do I get back to the trapdoor? At least Maya isn't hungry. It's fine, you're kidnapped, but you're gonna have to eat some pizza. Let's see. For a second I thought there was like something on the wall that made it look like a fake wall. Alright, let's get the chair, at least.
Help! Is anybody out there?
Who's there?
It's Izzy!
It's Nancy.
Nancy? For goodness sakes. What are you doing down there? This chair seems to be stuck.
He's greasing the wheels.
Hold on,
I need that grease.
I found a secret room under the stage. I've got to check it out.
Give me that grease.
Magician's room. I swear, Nancy, as long as I've worked here, I've never been able to find my way in there.
I found the door, but the pieces that open the door are stuck.
Oh.
Here, try this. Hurry.
Oh, he's very close. What do you mean hurry? Hurry what? Hurry, why am I hurrying? I mean, I guess because Maya's in there, but... Thanks, Joseph. Don't let me out or anything. I'll just... take this oil and... Alright. Oh, WD-40?
This should loosen things up.
Let's go. Oh, no. Okay. These can only go up and down. And the rabbit can only go left to right, not up down. So I have to be able to move this over and then move it down out of the way. But these pieces only move up and down. Regardless of whether they're up or they're down, they'd be out of the way. I guess I could... No, I can't move them all down, right? That wouldn't work. Hang on. Because if I... Well... Can't move the bunny rabbit. Okay. Because at least up here, they're all out of the way. And down here, this is out of the way. It doesn't matter whether either of these are either up or down, just as so long as they are up or down. I can do this and then this, but I can't move the bunny rabbit back to get further out of the way. Again, it still doesn't matter because... Well, actually... Well, I thought I had something. Ooh! Ha! Go, bunny, go! Ooh, it's like a guillotine. Oh wait, I should probably be looking for Maya. Right, Maya! She's gone! Okay. Back to looking around the room. Donovan, he sees all, he knows all. Donovan the Magnificent. Something, his powers if you dare. Question his powers if you dare. I'm not going to. Joseph doesn't want to come down here and hang out with us? Fine, Joseph. It's kind of a baller room, though. Houdini, Donovan, tortellini. Isn't that a pasta? Great tortellini. Feels like a pasta. Magic's Secrets, Volume 4. Wait, are there any other books to click on, or is it? Nope, just Volume 4. We'll jump into the middle. The Phantom Message. The effect. Set a sharpened pencil and a small sheet of paper on your magician's stand and select a volunteer from the audience. After turning your back, ask the volunteer to write a message on the sheet of paper with the pencil. When she says she's ready, you pick up the sheet of paper while making a point not to look at it. Crumple the paper into a ball and, to amazement of the audience, make it explode into a ball of flames. Then you produce a deck of cards from your pocket, set it on your magician's stand, and the volunteer picks a random card from the deck. Explain to the volunteer that her written message has risen from the ashes and will make itself known. Take the sharpened pencil and begin to rub the face of the volunteer's card gently with the side of the pencil tip. Within seconds, words begin to appear on the cards. It's the exact message that the volunteer had written on the sheet of paper. Trick will utilize a few techniques and gimmicks that we have covered in previous chapters. First, as you place the pencil and paper on the stand, secretly have a playing card face up hidden beneath the sheet of paper. As the volunteer writes her message on a piece of paper, message will leave an imprint on playing card. Be sure your pencil's sharp. After they've finished, lift up the paper and the card at the same time with your right hand while keeping the card hidden. Take the piece of paper with your left hand. Secretly leave the card in your right hand using the palming technique from Chapter 3. As you crumple the paper in your left hand, you will secretly use it with your right hand. The flash trigger ring. Place your right hand into your right jacket pocket, release the card, and slide your flash paper trigger onto your index finger. Then secretly palm a wad of flash paper as you remove your hand from your jacket pocket. While holding the crumpled message, this is very hard. While holding the crumpled message in your left hand and hiding the flash paper in your right, give the illusion that you're taking the crumpled message into your right hand. This will be achieved by using the French drop technique from Chapter 2. As you pretend to hold the message in your right hand, secretly drop the real message into your left jacket pocket with your left hand. Now in your right hand, ignite the flash paper with the spark from your flash paper triggers. You throw the wad of flash paper in the air, burst into a very blah 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 full of flames. With your left hand, pull a deck of cards out of your inside jacket pocket and set them on your magician's stand. As you do this, slip your right hand into your right jacket pocket, secretly removing flash trigger paper from your index finger. And take the card with the imprint on it into your right hand. Palm the card from view as you take your right hand out of your pocket. Secretly put the imprinted card into the deck of cards on your magician's stand. Make sure that this card will be chosen by your volunteer. This can be achieved by using card forces outlined in the next chapter, blah blah blah. Gently rub the side of a pencil tip across the face. Okay. So essentially, you're just like having them write on a piece of paper that's on top of a card. You slip the card from your pocket, pretend to crumple up the message, and then you put that deck back, or that card back into your deck and force them to choose it, essentially. Take a deck of cards, place face down on the table, take the card of your choice, and places the 10th card down from the top of the deck. Hand the secretly stacked deck to an audience member, place it face down in her left hand, tell her she's going to choose a random card out of the deck. Ask her to choose a number between 11 and 10. You ask her to count and place from the top of the deck one at a time 14 cards into a new pile on the table. After she has done this, ask her to take this new pile and place it face down on her left hand. Now ask her to add together the two numbers that she picked. And then, okay. Alright. Interesting. Choosing any number will make that happen. Huh. Interesting. Leaving a stack of 9 cards in your right jacket pocket, dropping it carefully to the bottom of the stack will automatically make the 10th card. That's really cool and fancy. I never knew you could do that. I know there's a lot of like sleight of hand and stuff that goes into magic tricks, and I think they're pretty cool. Alright. Do I have to page all the way back through this in order to get out of the book? Okay, well, I don't know what that told me or how I will use that information, but I at least know it now. Allison Egan. Donovan. Okay, so there's this chest. I guess we can look at the stuff on the floor.
Your shoe!
My shoe? The Mamma Mia Pizzeria!
She was just here!
Eating pizza! Maybe she is on it. In on it.
Rubber is shockproof.
I mean, yes it is, Nancy. I don't remember us being electrocuted or at risk of it. Were we? I guess I got what I needed? Why do I care if it's shockproof? What if I come across that's shockable? You guys were right, it's the secret thing. Did I have to put gloves on to open that, or... Oh, maybe I did. Well, I hate that music. Let's get out of there. Alright. Oh, I still hate that. Oh, I hate that thing. Okay. The door. Oh, shockproof. I get it now. Hang on. Yeah.
The gate is electrified.
Okay, well... Nancy knew. Okay, 5-1. Is this really how I figured this out? 5-1-8. 5-1-8-3. 4. Alright, well. We did it! Yeah, Nancy's so smart.
Oh, Nancy. Hey.
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place. Have you seen anything suspicious around
Like
here?
you, Brady?
Wow, are you sure? I didn't see anything.
What?
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
Oh my god, Nancy Drew, you should just like hit Brady in the face. What? Suspicious? What? I've never heard of anything. This? Huh? What? He's super weird. Captain Brady is super weird. Arg. Alright. Gotta call the sergeant now. Now I have evidence. Okay, Nick's back, Brady's back, that must be everyone's here. I know Joseph's here. Press conference must be over. Why doesn't she write down the police number? Why do I have to look at my notes every time? Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on there. He's so weird.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
You found her? So the case is closed.
I found her, and then she disappeared again.
Good grief. This girl's a regular Houdini. All right. What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole, but by the time I got into the room,
I wonder
she
if
was
she's
gone.
in on it.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
A peephole, huh? Are you sure you saw her?
Sir, there's evidence. Pizza boxes and one of Maya's shoes. I left everything where it was so you could see for yourself.
So you think the kidnapper's been using this secret room as a base camp? Well, this is very interesting, Miss Drew. It sounds like you've been conducting quite a search.
Now will you please send someone over to investigate?
Yep. Just bear with me while I try to find
It's
an
also been like 24 hours, right?
Help is on the way, Miss Drew.
Great. Bye.
Okay. Alright. Maybe let's call Bess. While we're here.
Hello.
Bess?
And George, too. What's new, Nancy?
Oh, okay.
I asked
You guys were
Joseph
right
where
about
he would
this.
go after the theater is demolished, and he said he was moving to Arizona to start a movie theater with his brother.
Aww, it's really sad.
Yeah, except that I found a letter that says his brother has been dead for years.
Why would he lie? What do you think he's hiding?
Give the guy a break. Maybe he just wants to hide the fact that his life is going to be empty without that theater to look after.
Or maybe he's suspicious.
When I spoke to the police about Maya's press pass, they said that Nicholas is known for using extreme tactics, and that he might even have been involved in a staged kidnapping last year in Nashville.
You don't think Maya could be mixed up with him somehow, do you?
No way. Maya expresses her politics by writing about them. You know, the pen is mightier than the sword. She and Nicholas Falcone don't even speak the same language.
I think you're right,
Or
George.
both.
But Sergeant Ramsey said I wouldn't have any credit with the police if I joined forces with Nicholas.
Who said anything about joining forces? After all, he's still a prime suspect. But that doesn't mean he's not a valuable source of information when it comes to the
That's
theater.
true.
She's right, Nancy. As long as he continues to shoot off his mouth, you want to be around to take notes.
I think Simone Mueller would do just about anything for publicity.
You know what they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Even for a kidnapping?
It's like Hollywood has
I
taken
think
over
there's
her
bad
brain.
publicity.
I'm practically in tears over Maya,
that-
and she's trying to
that's
dream
true.
up a stage name for me.
A stage name?
Not just any stage name either. Would you
Fancy
believe
Jackson.
Fancy Jackson?
Ooh, Nancy, that's kind of disco.
I bet she could pull it off.
This is serious,
That's
you
kinda
guys. Do you
disco.
really think she would kidnap Maya just so Brady could pretend to save her?
In her line of work, Nancy,
Anything's possible.
I came across this old
This I am
book that
interested in.
explains how to do a bunch of
I
magic
don't know why I
tricks.
need to know them.
Like pulling a rabbit out of a hat?
like sawing my cousin Bess in half.
Nothing quite that sensational, ladies.
Oh.
But I did learn how to use a pencil to reveal a secret
Well,
message.
yeah. Fairy Orb, welcome!
How does it work?
Well, if someone writes something, let's say it's a secret code, on a piece of paper, and they press hard with a pen, it will make an impression on a blank piece of paper underneath.
Yeah?
Then
Didn't
the
we
magician
already use
applies
that
the
in a
pencil to the
previous Nancy
seemingly
Drew
blank
game?
piece of paper. With careful shading, the pencil will reveal the shapes of the numbers or letters in the code. Presto! Do you see?
That's pretty cool. I can only imagine what would happen if we applied the pencil to Bess. Just think of all the secret codes that would be revealed. Like Jacques, Rick, Brady.
Oh, George, I'm not as
Literally
impressive
every
as
guy
you
from
think.
previous games.
I received another threat.
Watching Birds
This
of
time the
Prey.
kidnapper
I haven't seen that
addressed me
yet.
by name.
Another phone call? What was the threat?
This one came over the PA. Apparently, searching for Maya is a waste of time, and I should focus on stopping the demolition, or else.
Well, Nancy, this kidnapper may have learned your name, but obviously they haven't figured out the first thing about who they're dealing with.
I just wish I could see the look on the kidnapper's face when you crack this case wide open.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Watch out for weird people!
Alright, Fairy Orb, I'm glad you're here. I was a little bit worried, actually, because you weren't in the chat. But I'm glad that you're great and just watching a movie and hanging out with your parents. That's super cool. Okay. Well, we used the glove. We used the WD-40. I still have a quarter. I still have a questionable light bulb. Bobby pin. We do have the flash paper and the ring. So I know that that was in that magic trick book. And we do have the flash paper and the ring. And I still have a key that I don't know what it goes to. Let's talk to Where did Nick go? Nick was he was just here. I walk in to do a phone call, and he's gone. Where did Nick go? He doesn't have anything important to be doing. All right, Joseph.
Watch out there, Nancy. Nope. That projector's crumbling like a prehistoric cookie.
Yeah, I would definitely never ever touch it,
Nancy.
Joseph.
What
I wouldn't
happened?
do that ever.
The kidnapper's been holding Maya in that magician's room under the stage.
Or you have,
found her?
Joseph.
Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I'm sure. She was there, and now she's gone.
Oh,
Don't
well.
tell me you think I'm crazy, too.
But what do you mean gone? She left?
Well, she didn't just get up and walk away. Her legs were tied.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
Right, and they must have been in a hurry because they left a mess behind, including one of Maya's shoes.
Evidence. That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Make sure they check that magician's secret room.
Okay, so he said go and get some rest, but I was worried that would make it change days, but I feel like we still have a bunch of... Oh! I didn't get to talk to Brady or Simone. Fudge. Okay, kidnapper demands $50,000. $50,000, you say? That's an interesting amount. Royal Palladium to be demolished today. Well, this makes me feel at least a little bit better because maybe we're actually, like, getting down to it. Alright. The St. Louis Police Department received a call yesterday demanding $50,000 for the return of Maya Wynn, a 19-year-old Washington University student who disappeared 2 days ago from the movie star Brady Armstrong's dressing room at the historic Royal Palladium Theater. This stunning development marks the first significant lead in a mystery case. Until now, the police have been reluctant to label Wynn's disappearance as a kidnapping, as there has been no evidence that the girl was taken by force. Wynn, a reporter for the university's Student Life newspaper, was at the theater to interview Armstrong for an article. The call came in at 4:36 yesterday afternoon. Due to a voice distortion device, the police were unable to determine whether the caller was male or female, but they were able to trace the call to a payphone in Granite City. According to earlier rumors, the alleged kidnapping was motivated by a fanatic's desire to save the Royal Palladium from today's scheduled demolition, but yesterday's caller made no reference to the theater. The police now believe that the kidnapper's desperation is financial in nature and will not stop the demolition from proceeding according to schedule. As for the ransom, Empress Saunders to visit. Yak be nimble, big at box office. Can I see A4 or whatever it is? As for the ransom... What? As for the ransom, what? Alright, well... I really can't look at it? Down? No, that just puts the paper away. Hang on. It just clicks on the article and I can't, like... change the paper. Alright, well... As for the ransom... Who knows? What's this? Nancy, please see me right away. Joseph Hodges? Can't remember his last name. Can I use my pencil trick on stuff? I don't even have a pencil. Those are still the missing posters. Okay. Nick's not here. Alright, Joseph, what you want?
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Did they get any information on the call?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax.
Is 100%
now the police
Simone
are
calling?
convinced that Maya's not in this building.
That's crazy. She was tied up in the magician's room yesterday. I saw her. And the kidnapper must have been here too, because Maya didn't move herself.
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room?
What?
Because the police couldn't find anything.
What do you mean they couldn't find anything?
They searched the whole building.
Somebody must have moved the evidence. That's the only explanation.
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I was backstage earlier, and one of the stage lights came crashing down. It almost hit me.
Oh, Nancy, thank goodness you're okay.
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
The projection room? But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
Joseph, I did some checking. You don't really have any family in Greasewood, do you?
Now, what you want to go digging into an old man's life for, Nancy?
I don't, but...
Everyone's a suspect, Joseph. You know that. If you have nowhere to go after the theater comes down, then maybe you're the kidnapper desperado. It's not so far-fetched, is it?
Now. I am going to Greasewood, and I'm not desperate. I made up the part about my brother so you wouldn't feel sorry for me. You've got enough to worry about, don't you?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old keymaker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
What do I need the key for? What is this key for? I'm gonna touch that projector,
Watch out
Joseph.
there, Nancy. That projector's crumbling like a prehistoric cookie.
So... who do I think did it? I, don't want to believe that it's Joseph. I really, really don't want to believe that. If I had to pick somebody, I'd say Simone. She put, $400 into flowers for this thing. Her email seems super sketchy. If I had to put money on it, I'd say Simone. I think Brady's not smart enough or together enough to do this. He draws cartoons of Captain Brady. I'm not entirely sure he's the one behind it. I don't want it to be Joseph, and I think Nick is like a red herring kind of deal. Like, oh, he has prior history of doing stuff and stuff. I don't know.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
Sherman Trout is on our side.
Sherman Trout.
Keep your eyes peeled for
Such
a
a
special
good name.
delivery.
Way to go, Nancy. You're on fire.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
No. Fight the power. Still can't look at anything over here. I still don't know what's in the trash can. Alright, let's go talk to... Oh, actually... Oh, he said he's thinking about getting this working again. I feel like there's a bunch of key shapes on here, and we're going to need to know which one we need, and I super don't know. Also, if we're being real, this theater is kind of falling down a little bit. There's like cobwebs in every corner, all the wallpaper's falling off, these walls are barely even covered. It's a little rough.
How's progress?
I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
No need to give me her number. I already snooped through your wallet and saw it.
Come on, Simone. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama?
Because this at least doesn't say I went through your stuff.
Red-handed.
You broke into my personal property? I could have you arrested for that.
Maybe I called the flower company. Maybe I got it that way. Actually, that's personally what I would have done if had I been Nancy Drew. I would have found out what company sent the flowers and tried to investigate it that way.
It's just business, Simone. You do what agents do, I do what detectives do. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300 bucks. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
Someone should sentence you to 50 years of humanity service, whether you're the kidnapper or not.
I do believe that. Oh, that just like ended our conversation.
No progress.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about this ransom demand?
50 grand, what a joke. Isn't it just like a rank amateur to jump on the bandwagon? Anyone with a pinch of class would have demanded at least $1 million.
Who's gonna get $1 million? He might actually get 50,000.
Brady seems uncomfortable with some of your, tactics.
Oh, he's just whining because I made him chop off his ponytail. I don't know what's gotten into him with this free will thing. I told him, you can't even dress yourself, kid, but if you want your blockbuster career to crash and burn, go ahead, manage yourself.
Maybe it is Brady, you guys. Simone's being pretty forthright about things. Sorry, I'm immediately changing my mind immediately after you guys asked me what I thought and who I thought it was. Nancy Drew Clue Crew, welcome in! I'm glad you're here. But maybe it is Brady. Because maybe Simone's been doing all this stuff, and like trying to take it over, and maybe Brady's the one who kidnapped her in the first place, right? It was his dressing room, it was him she was going to meet. You know, you can't even dress yourself, kid, blah, 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 go ahead and manage yourself. Maybe he's like, fine, then I'll kidnap somebody.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
I don't think Brady has a motive to kidnap her. Unless he just really wants more publicity. Yeah. She's still super suspicious. Hi, Moose. Nothing over here still. Toilet plunger's still in the sink. Good, good, good. Glad everything's in order in here. This place is actually kind of gross. Hi, Moose. Hi, Moose next door. Alright. Oh, maybe if he kidnaps her and takes all the credit for finding her. That's true. Although it is kind of Simone is the one, like, organizing it. I really don't want it to be Joseph. He's sort of, like, less suspicious, and I don't want it to be him, because he seems like just a nice old guy whose life is maybe a little sad. I don't want it to be him, you guys. Where is Brady? Oh, he's just slightly to the side.
What are you doing hanging out with that Falcone jerk?
Whoa! Brady's got some opinions here. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who are you, my overprotective big brother?
That guy's bad news, and he's certainly not gonna help your credibility with the police.
Don't worry. I don't trust him any more than I trust you, or anyone else around here for that matter.
Just trying to help.
Talk to you later, Brady.
Bye.
Bye.
Any news?
Okay, just want to make sure we had
Brady.
exhausted
Bye.
the conversation with him. Bye, Brady. Still can't get in here? Jiggle jiggle. No. Oh wait. No. Ah, dang guys. I thought that might work. I thought I'm pretty sure you could WD-40 that cabinet and it would open. I still have a quarter, which I think is for the key machine. What appears to be a light bulb for the projector. I'm supposed to get a package overnighted, theoretically, from the Library of Congress. I wonder why he doesn't like Nick. I don't know, maybe Nick's trying to steal some spotlight from him and he wants all the publicity for himself. Maybe he blames Nick for this, like, thing initially not doing whatever. I don't know how to explain that. Like, for his play not happening and delaying everything, and maybe he had other plans and he's just pissed off. Oh, hell no. No. No, we're not doing that puzzle again. I'm just curious. I'm gonna go... Oh. Oh, these are back down. How did these get back? Who put these back down? Alright, well, whatever. I clearly either didn't notice them or can't see them from this angle. Hang on here. Hang on here. They're not there. Those don't exist there. How did I get up out of that stage? How you doing, JJ Thompson? Good. Okay. Man, those keys just move fast. Alright, so I talked to Simone, I talked to Brady. Oh! It scared me in the... It got me again! But this time, there's an excellent mustache, eyebrows, goatee, and I heart money drawn on it. I didn't even recognize him. Maybe that's why it scared me. Oh, you can see it from here, too. Okay. Brady Charmstrong. Oh, it's in order. It's in working order. Oh, 25 cents, 25 cents. I got that, I got that. Discard. Oh, discard old keys to create a new one. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, hang on. 25 cents first. Oh. Maybe it's just like a regular key. Maybe I don't have to... That's a hot mustache. Oh, no. Good thing I can discard an old key to get a new one, because... How many letters do I get? I was gonna try and spell it Nancy. Oh, I can't spell Houdini because that has...
I need a coin.
Wait, didn't I just put a coin in? Oh no. Oh. I was like, oh my god, I lost my quarter! Well. I didn't put anything on the key. It's gonna be a blank key. Well, it has something on it. Okay. Okay, so now that I have the key, I can just put this one in to make another one.
Hola.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Okay, he has nothing else to say. Where do I need a key? I used a bobby pin to get into the one in the desk, and I could use a key for the projector, but Joseph's in there and he won't let me touch it. Yak. So what do I need a key for? I always save the game whenever I get near this balcony for some reason. Well, mostly because I don't want to die. There's nothing here. Alright. 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 Ah, dang. So, the Balcony of Death. Yeah, see, I just wanted, just for you. Let's call Ned.
Nickerson's Pizza Pies, what can I get you?
Well, hello there.
He's so
I'd like
cute.
a large pizza with a works.
Even anchovies,
Having a
ma'am?
cute boyfriend.
I know you have issues with anchovies.
Extra anchovies.
Wow, Nancy. Things must be getting hairier if you're contemplating anchovies. What's up?
He's just really cute.
I can't understand how the police could have received a ransom call from Granite City. And why would the kidnappers suddenly demand cash without even mentioning the demolition?
Your skepticism is probably right on, Nancy.
You think?
Sure, after all, Brady did spread those missing posters over
Yeah,
half of
maybe it's just
Missouri.
somebody trying to get
There
money.
are always a few jokers who try to jump on the bandwagon in situations like these.
It just makes me sick to think that anyone would try to profit from such a terrible situation.
It's a mixed-up world, Nancy.
I confronted Simone about the receipt for the funeral wreath, and she claimed she just needed something for a photo shoot. Would you buy that?
That's a tough one, Nancy. In Simone's world, where everything is a photo shoot, her excuse sounds just twisted
Yeah.
enough to be true.
But on the other hand...
You know me too well, Nancy Drew. On the other hand, Simone's
5,
mind
5,
is
4,
just
3,
too
5, 7.
devious and much too selfish to be believed.
I was actually wondering that. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like,
Bye, Ned.
are their numbers always the same? Because I can't remember. Oops. I don't think I dialed that right.
Hello? Hello? I got it, George.
Is it Nancy?
I don't know yet. I'm busy talking to you. Will you hang up?
It's Nancy, all right.
I knew it.
Hey, you two.
I don't know, Bess. She sounds a little down in the dumps, doesn't she?
She sure does. What's going on, Nancy?
I just can't believe it. The evidence I found yesterday, the pizza boxes and Maya's shoe, when the police finally came to investigate, it was gone.
What? You're kidding.
And now the police really think I'm losing my marbles.
Yeah, Joseph's the only one who
He's
knew,
the only
I
one
thought.
who knew about your discovery, isn't he?
Yeah, he said he'd show the police where to go. And wait a second. When I
Yep,
came
and
up
Brady
from
was
the
back
basement,
there.
I bumped into Brady wandering around backstage.
Interesting.
Yeah, he seemed surprised to see me.
What did you tell
He
him?
seems
I guess
suspicious.
I did let on that I'd found some evidence.
Gee, Nancy. If you wanted the whole world to know, why didn't you just broadcast it on
Hush,
national
George, don't.
television?
Please,
I'm
George,
trying my
I feel
hardest.
Bad enough. Now it's the day of the demolition, and I'm still clueless.
That's not true, Nancy. You've made significant progress.
I am expecting a package.
Maybe you should focus on trying to stop the demolition. Aren't you expecting a package?
Indeed, I am. If Sherman Trout really is a man of his word, that is.
She sounds better already, huh, George?
She's lucky we don't charge her for these calls. The detective support hotline could get awfully expensive.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Keep up the good work, detective.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Aw. Stay away from any weirdos. Don't let the turkeys get you down. Well, if the package was gonna appear somewhere, I would think that it would be like here on the chair. I don't know where else the package would be unless Nick got it.
Hola.
No.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Well, still some stale popcorn. Okay. Maybe I can go talk to Joseph about like the key machine or something. They at least have a key now. Oh, he's not here. Nope. He's not here, which means I can touch the projector. Yeah. What do you... Oh. I blew the light bulb. Well, you guys. Here it is. I've been saving this.
It's locked. It's locked. It's not working.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's okay, you guys. All game long, I've had this. Not all game long, but for most of the game, I've had this thing that I thought was a light bulb, and now I'm convinced it's actually a light bulb. Alright, hang on. How do I get in here? How do I get in? Monitoring the film in the projector. This doesn't say anything about the— ah! I need a pencil! I need a pencil! I need a pencil! You guys, I get it. I get the thing. I need a pencil. I'm gonna sketch the hell out of that thing. Pencil! Pencil! You're doing the crossword. Where's your pencil? Oh my god. Who has a pencil? Someone has a pencil. There's one right here somewhere, right? Pencil. Pencil. You got a pencil? Give me your pencil. No, you only have a highlighter. Get out of here. You're useless to me.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Nope. Not the jazz machine. Zoom. 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 I need a pencil. Brady, you got a pencil. Brady. Pencil. Pencil. Pencil? That's a pen. Brady, don't look in that drawer. Pretend you I never opened it. There's nothing in there. Nothing will be interesting at all. Oh, purse! Whose purse? Maya's purse? Whose purse? Progain extra strength for men. Brady's purse. Sunny Boy Sun-Free Tanning Spray. Brady's a sunny boy.
Maya's notebook.
Oh, wait. Okay, why the Royal Palladium for the premiere of Vanishing D? Was it BA's decision or his agent's? Does he make any of his own decisions? Any history with the RP? Research. Attended benefit last year to save a historic theater in LA, the Galaxy. Is he interested in saving the Royal Palladium? Do you believe actors should use their influence to champion political causes? What's your next project? Where you see himself in your 10 years? Ever done anything he regrets to further his career? Wait till the end. Hit him with the evidence. Demand an answer. What evidence? What evidence, Maya? What evidence did you have? Hang on. If found, please call Maya Wynn. Wonder if she still has her cell phone on her. I'm gonna call it 775. What evidence? What's she got on him? Is it the Progain? Is it the Progain? So, not gonna lie, kind of a cute bag, Brady. Alright. Either way, I've got the pencil. Get me out of here.
Hey, you.
The jig is up, Brady. Start talking.
Huh? I'm afraid you've lost me.
You kidnapped her because you didn't want her to print this article.
Brady.
Why?
I haven't done anything wrong.
You have some nerve. I bet that notebook has your fingerprints all over it.
And
okay,
mine
Nancy,
now.
here's the deal. My real name is Brady Thompson. Simone pushed for Armstrong, more wholesomely smoldering, she said.
Yeah, so?
I'm Wave of the Future, Inc., the owner of this theater, great nephew of JJ himself.
What? What? What is happening? In terms of twist, this is not the one that I saw coming. He's the guy that no one's been able to get a hold of. He's the owner? I don't know whether this is true or not.
But you're an actor. Why in the world would you want to bulldoze a theater?
Maybe he just wants to get rid of it.
The place is shabby.
Yeah.
It needs major repairs. It's a money pit and a has-been.
Oh.
Not the image I want to project.
Is everything about image with you?
Never underestimate the power of image, Nancy. You are what you project.
And what is it that you wish to project?
When people think of Brady Armstrong, they think sparkling white teeth and healthy glow.
And losing his
Success
hair.
glows. It doesn't crumble and sag. The hero never rides a has-been horse.
Then why don't you sell the theater to someone else?
When I saw these ritzy theme restaurants popping up all over the country, it hit me like pow. My first original idea. Brady Armstrong's Planet Tinseltown. Can't you see it on the marquee? Grand opening. The lights will say it all.
Keep going. You've got a lot more explaining to do.
I've sworn to be the captain of my own
Captain
destiny.
Brady.
Maya was going to expose me, muck up my name in this
Oh, maybe she found
controversy.
out.
It would have been a dark cloud over the launch of Tinseltown.
And for that, she deserves to be kidnapped?
I didn't kidnap her. I found her notepad in the basement with the press pass. I just thought I'd hang on to it for a few days until the dust settles.
How could you withhold anything that might help me find her? How could you?
Sorry, Nancy. Look, you're not thinking clearly.
Oh, screw you.
It's obvious she's not in the building. We've searched everywhere.
She has to be in the building. I know she's here.
You're the only one who thinks she's here. There's no evidence.
There was evidence. I found a pizza box and one of her shoes.
Evidence that no one was able to verify. Who's to say you didn't imagine that stuff?
Oh, which one do I pick? Oh, which one do I pick? Now that, like, we found out stuff about Simone and found out stuff about Brady and we found out stuff about Nick, I'm starting to get worried that Joseph did it. I don't want Joseph to be the one who did it. Joseph believes me.
He's a confused old codger.
Nicholas thinks she's in the building.
He's an outlaw, and he's using you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to rally a wrecking crew.
You can't do this!
And, you can't do this. He's fast. I'm glad you didn't miss this stream either, Fairy Orb. Okay, wait. Let's stick with plan number 1. The projector. You fiend! I'm glad somebody messed up your silly, stupid thing. I would have done it too if somebody else hadn't gotten to it first, you jerk face. Okay. Choo 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 choo. Choo choo. Do it, Nancy Drew. Oh no. Okay. That's fine. Got it. Okay. Oh, you actually found a pencil. Yes, I did. It was in Brady's purse. His satchel. His bag. Discard old key. Okay. Okay. I need... How does this work? The end of the key looks like that one. And then there's 3 things right before it. And there's this thing, and then... Okay, S... I... V... O. S-I-V-O? SIVO? I don't know. This is a very weird machine. Do these exist? SIVO. Let me just... I mean, that looks pretty much like it, right? That's the... That's a pretty good match. Close enough. Here we go. Give me that key. Back to the projector. I've got a light bulb to change, you guys. Nothing is going to stop me from it. Oh, wait, actually, hang on. Hang on. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Let me run downstairs and check and see if we got a package yet. Because I still don't have the slide that goes in the projector that I'm trying to fix. Let's see if it's in here. Save game, just in case. Good thoughts. Always good thoughts. I will always save the stream when you guys remind me. No package, no package, no package, no package. Nick, did you get a package? Nick. Hey, Nick. Nick.
Nancy, we could be golden. A package just came from that museum. We may have the goods to stop this demolition dead in its tracks. Check the ticket booth.
I was just there, Nick. Just there. Nothing was in there. I promise nothing was there. Oh. Rapid Rhino. Dear Miss Drew, I couldn't find anything written in Mr. Houdini's own hand, but I did find this letter addressed to Mr. Houdini from a close colleague and friend. It seems to hint at the information you require. I hope that this package has arrived in time to be useful to you. Dutifully yours, Sherman H. Trout. I really want to know what Sherman Trout's middle name is, actually. Alright, got a key, got a light bulb, got a slide. Here we go. You guys, we're going to find out all the secrets. And you know, speaking of Deadly Trek Super Tech! Oh my gosh, I'm glad that, like, all of you guys are actually here. This makes me so happy. Alright. The thing is, though, about this Nancy Drew game, the previous ones have been slightly obvious as to how to stop the bad guy when they try and kill Nancy in the end, right? Like, I dropped the chandelier on that one person, I used the stairs and I slid them out of the way on the last game. This one I'm not super sure, unless it's dropped the crate on their head. Oh, yeah.
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep. In a matter of minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Maybe it's just escape the building in time. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. It's locked. Yeah, that's fine. Nancy.
Well, if it isn't the SLPD's favorite nosy detective. Right this way, Miss Drew. You can still get a front row seat for the demolition.
What?
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep. In a matter of minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
What? Oh, maybe I hide. Oh, wait, no, I can hide, Hide. Nancy, get in there. Nancy, get in there. No one here?
See anything, Dino?
Dino?
All clear in here, Sarge.
That's exactly the kind of voice I would hope Dino would have. Okay, here we go. Alright. Alright, Nancy. Wait, save the game again. I can do this. Okay. 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 I changed the light bulb. I wonder what the other one is. Is it this one? Or is it the other one that I need? This one's the one from the library, right? Dear Harry, house tricks. Not that I need to ask. I've seen the papers and I know that you're dazzling the crowds wherever you go. Interesting that the police don't immediately burst in as soon as somebody turns on the projector, but sure. I received your letter and I must say, I'm very intrigued by your plans. This Thompson character sounds slippery indeed. If you want to disentangle yourself from him and you have the opportunity to do a good deed at the same time, I say bravo. What a windfall for a struggling young artist to inherit 50% ownership of a thriving theater like the Royal Palladium. But who is this mysterious beneficiary? A struggling young artist, is it the same person who did the thing? Nick's grandma? Hang on. But who is this mysterious beneficiary of yours? A magician, I assume? But where in the world did you come across a woman magician? I've never even heard of one. Is she talented? It's not her, it's the architecture lady. Once again, your generosity is unsurpassed. I commend your noble heart and look forward to seeing you at the Princess in Montreal. It will be an auspicious reunion. Your friend, all the best, your friend and colleague, Dizzy Notion. Okay. What is this one then? Oh, it's already in focus. We're gonna save the game. Nancy, why'd you drop the knob? Nancy Drew! Get the knob.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on?
Is that Joseph? Hello? It's not Joseph, is it?
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
Okay, alright. I don't know what to do with that. Where'd that knob go? Take the knob. I don't know what to do with that. Leave that there. Nope, Nancy. Oh my god, Nancy. Don't.
I need that knob. Another secret passageway.
Royal Palladium ice depository access from the projection booth. What? Okay, so this is the projection booth, right? We're here. It's a ladder? Maybe? What? Okay, there's bird's eye. North wall. Hidden switch. So wait, this is the balcony. So the balcony's out here. If you go in... What?
I should switch the power off.
Fine, Nancy. They're gonna
Hey, Nancy, I've been looking for you.
Oh, what for?
I've decided I need to get organized, Nancy. Tomorrow I'm really gonna straighten up in here.
Oh, you seem very confident that...
I'd say death by wrecking ball and or felony kidnapping charges rank higher on your list of problems.
You disappoint me,
than office clutter
Joseph.
at the moment, Joseph.
I think a fresh coat of paint would really cheer things up, don't you?
Why is he really creepy?
I know it's you, Joseph, but why? Were you trying to buy some time so the Historical Society could declare the theater a landmark or something?
Do you think the premiere will sell out?
Oh, I hate this guy right now, actually.
The police think the building is empty.
He's being super
You've gotta
creepy and,
help
like,
me. He'll
not
all be
addressing
smashed to
anything I'm
bits.
saying.
Don't tell him she's here, Nancy. It'll take her away and knock down the theater.
They're gonna knock it down anyway. Please, we don't have much time.
Don't tell him, Nancy.
Dang it, Joseph! I knew it had to be him. Okay, what did that do? What did that do? Where did that go?
I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks.
I do! It's... Nope. It's the key!
I must have the keys. I must have the key somewhere
What?
in my bag of tricks. I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks. I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks.
How is it not this key?
I must have the key
Oh my
somewhere
God.
in my bag of tricks.
I don't have a key. I don't have a key.
It's locked.
Okay, Dear Karen, the festival edition begins next week, and every show is sold out if the public finds out that Houdini has ditched the theater and that I'm now in business with some anonymous woman artist. Blah, blah, blah. I'm liable to have a public meeting in my hands. More importantly, I stand to lose a lot of money. I have no idea how Houdini ever heard of the name Louisa Falcone. Knew it in the first place, but I'd like to wring the neck of the fellow who mentioned her. I've got Houdini's paperwork here, and I plan to sit on it until the festival is over. Houdini's on the road anyway. By the time he gets back, it'll all be settled. Thanks for your cooperation. Sincerely, J.J. Thompson. One half of the owner. Okay, this is it. This is the... Okay, that's the document that says... Oh, but it never had Louisa's signature on it. Okay, alright. Okay, that's fine. We got this. Okay, brown key. I tried brown key. Oh, I hate the music. Turn around, Nancy! Dang it! Nancy Drew!
It's locked.
Take all the keys, Nancy. Come on. Should have thought that through the last time.
I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks. I must
Oh my
have
god,
the key.
they all look
I can't
identical.
believe this. I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks.
Is this it? Red key. I know scary music makes me panic too. Oh my god, we have not a lot of time. Ah! Maya! I'm trying!
Come on, Maya. I'll get you out of there.
Hang on. Sorry, Maya. Give me a hot second. Okay. Okay, alright.
Even Hercules couldn't pull
Okay,
this off.
alright. So I must have to do something. Watch out, Maya.
This is useless. This is useless.
Okay, alright, well, I tried. This. Anything else around here? Wait, my timer reset. Somehow.
This is useless.
When I saved the game, did it reset the timer?
I've got to let them know we're up here.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't. Oh, wait. Can I set something on fire? Where do these wires go?
That light!
Okay, I had it in my hand and I scared him anyway. Thank you, Stop the Demolition!
Dear Bess, I still can hardly believe that Joseph, sweet old Joseph, was Maya's kidnapper. He says he planned to kidnap Brady with the idea that Simone could use her Hollywood connections to save the theater. But when Maya entered the dressing room, he panicked and grabbed her instead. Plan B was to stall the demolition long enough for the Historical Society to declare the building an official landmark. I guess he's been at the Royal Palladium for so long, he just couldn't imagine his life without it. But desperation aside, poor Joseph wasn't cut out for a life of crime, and pretty soon things were spinning out of his control. Simone's publicity stunts didn't help. At least he was courteous and kind to Maya through the whole thing. Her testimony should help him in court. The good news is that the Royal Palladium is still standing. Once he heard that Nicholas would inherit his grandmother Louisa's 50% of the theater, Brady decided he'd better find another site for Planet Tinseltown. In order to make amends for things, and because he needed some good publicity, Brady donated his half of the theater to the St. Louis Historical Society. Together with Hadit, they should have this place restored to its original glory in no time. Not such a happy ending for Simone, I'm afraid. She received an official reprimand from the National Press Corps for her stunt with the wreath. Still, knowing Simone, she'll be back at the top of her game in no time. So, here ends the longest 3 days of my life. The premiere of Vanishing Destiny is back on. But I think this detective is going to wait for it to come out on videotape. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.
Okay. Need like a hot minute to calm down. Oh, my heart rate is not as high as I thought it was. It's only 93. I decided to check real quick. We did it! Yeah, he didn't have... Joseph had no time to say anything at the end. I immediately just, like, flashed him with the ring. In my mind, I was gonna be like, maybe she can, like, flash the thing, like, outside the window and it caused, like, a small, like, flash. That was my thought, and I didn't realize that I still had it in my possession as I clicked over to the thing, and then he was there, and then I flashed him, and then he was gone. Because I didn't know how else to turn it on, and then I saw the wires going around the room, and I moved over to turn them on. Oh, man. Well, we did it, guys, and it ended up being Joseph, unfortunately. He was really, really creepy at the end, actually. Kind of super creepy. Because I was like, Joseph, I know you did it. And he was like, do you think we can, you know, fresh coat of paint will brighten this place right up? And it's like, Joseph, I know you did it. I know you're the kidnapper. And wow, we sure is like a nice day outside. I didn't. Yeah, he was rooting me on every step of the way to find Maya. So, but he had her. I don't know. Very weird. Very, very creepy and weird. Ned Nickerson and Sherman Trout were both played by Scott Carty. So whoever said he sounds like a fancy Ned, you were 100% right. He is a fancy Ned. Sorry, I just saw that going by on the screen. Oh man, that was a super good game. I actually really, really liked this one a lot. I'm still kind of sad that, like, I don't know, like, I could go up and look at that creepy statue with the red glowing eyes of J.J. Thompson in the theater, but, like, I didn't do anything with it. I did like this one, though. I don't know if it's just how I played the game or what happened, but it's kind of nice when I don't get stuck for a super long time. I can't tell if maybe things are just more obvious than other ones, like than other games, or maybe I'm just in the zone, the Nancy Drew zone tonight. But that one seemed to go a lot smoother. That only took about maybe 6 hours? I think I played for 3 hours last time, but I can't 100% remember. Let's see what's next up on the list. Let's see. Nancy Drew games. We can check off the final scene. Next up, coming on next Saturday, is Nancy Drew Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Again, I know nothing about the next game. Maybe I'm just getting better at clicking everything. Thank you, Fairy Orb. I'd like to believe that my pixel hunting skills are improving. Maybe I just clicked everything this time. That is true. So I don't know anything about Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Because at least the final scene, it sort of tells you what it's about a little bit. Let's find out. Let's see. Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Alright. So this one has something to do with a museum. And a burglary at a museum. Sounds like a fun time. I know you guys all each have like your favorite Nancy Drew games and maybe least favorite Nancy Drew games, but hopefully the next one will be a good one. Again, I don't know anything about it, but we'll play it next Saturday for another Nancy Drew Saturday night.